This is 25 to Life with Uncle Yahshua.
Rolling down 109 in a truck. Pull my ride up to a light, that's what's up. Look to my right and it's a ride rolling up. It's Lucci telling me tonight we in the club. He got the 24 road Escalade. He got the Lamborghini doors like they blades. His hammers ring cause that's how he was raised. His palace mob and tonight we get
Listen, I'm from the ghetto, the slums, the rats, the roaches, the bums, the metal that stuns, the addicts, the cracks, the crumbs. The level where funds is tragic and lavish is none. With rebels, they runs and rabbits like savages' sons. With did him and Biggie and swiftly he shined the mug. That city a pity when 50 took 9 of them slugs. This is 25 to Life with Uncle Yahshua.
What's good, 25 to Life Testimony TV family? What's good, family? What's good, what's good, what's good? All right, time to get started, Pardon me for being so late. Pardon me for being late to the party. Let me get myself together. All right, pardon me for being late to the party, family. All right, so let's go. How I'm gonna start this? Welcome to the family, first of all. Let me make sure y'all can hear me. Let me, happy 25 to Life Day. All right, you can see y'all in about a week or so. All right, let me, how do I do this? Oh, go ahead. This is already downloading. Download. Come back to you guys. Shout out to the comment section. Shout out to the Don88. Shout out to the brothers and sisters in the United Kingdom out there, UK in the building. Shout out to Laura Shah, Laura Ya, Maya, Zayana, Hakyama, Zayala Ya, Ahana Ya, Yahakanan, everybody in the family, Hakyama. All right, let's go. 25 to Life Testimony TV family. All right, so tonight, let me see, let me do the thumbnail. Shout out to Sister Phyllis Richards in the building. Let me do the thumbnail. All right, so I got to open the thumbnail first of all. Go to my screenshots. Tonight's going to be an interesting one. How can I say this? I don't know. It's kind of sad a little bit. Not really. I don't want nobody to be like, I ain't trying to be in the sad car. Me neither. I ain't trying to be in the sad car. But, some of this stuff in this world is really dark, bro. It can get really dark. All right, so let's go. Double click that. Bang. Make that smaller. Bang. Close that. Come back to you guys. Here we go. We live on the YouTube on the 25 to Life family. All right, let's go. Come back. Go present share screen, window, bang, share. Let me see what y'all see. Okay. Let me see. Can I make that a little bigger? Yeah, I could. There we go. Full screen. All right. That's full. Yeah, that's full screen. So the thumbnail says, Life in Prison for Car Theft. All right. Now, so the story is going to be a very interesting one. We're going to ride this down. There's a lot of unfairness in the world, and we know that a very, 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 we're in a dark, sucking world, and it's not always equated fair, everyone's life. Some people get dealt a rough hand. I'm guessing this so that you can have a testament. I really don't know. Sometimes it could be generational curses. It could be all type of stuff that brings some negative things to you. And sometimes people attract it themselves and stuff. But the criminal justice system has, since its inception, and I'm going to say United States because I can't speak for the whole world, but I'm quite sure people around the world will probably agree with me. It's been a very unrighteous institution. It was initially, a lot of it was initially started um, for slavery practices, a slavery thing. And it's actually modern day slavery today. Not much has changed. That's the whole fact. Not much has changed. As much as people want to try to act like something's changed, or it looks the same to me when I go through history, it's still, you know. So there's a justice system that's very unfair to especially to a certain subset of people. It can be unfair around the board. But if you're talking a generality, there's a subset of people that it's been the most unfair to. And right? And but there's unfairness throughout all nations of people. But one set of people, so-called black, called the blackity blacks, so-called blacks, it's it's exasperately unfair. Like the unfairness scale is every other people on the earth unfair, right? And the so-called black people unfair. I don't even know if y'all can see that. Let me see. I don't even know if my hands were still on the screen. Let me see. Okay, yeah. So everybody down here unfair. This is the bottom. This is fairness down here. Everybody's here unfair. The black people up here unfair. Now this ain't for no sympathy. It's just a reality. So where we going? All right. But it can be unfair to every nation of people on the earth. All right. So because we're about to show something, and it's kind of I guess it could be kind of heavy. We're gonna First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start off with something a little lighter, right? Let's balance this out. Start off with something a little lighter, and then we're gonna get to tonight's clip, what we're breaking down, and then we're going to end with something a little lighter. So we're gonna try to balance it out. We're gonna start with heavy, and then try to end with something a little lighter. All right. All right. So we don't be in no heavy space. We don't be in no, I don't want nobody stressed out. All right. Now let me find my main clip. It should be, there it go. Good. So it should be right there. So I'm gonna pull that up here. So once we finish this one, we can get right into it. There we go. There we go. All right. So the thumbnail, life sentence for car theft. That's kind of crazy. Yeah. So let's get started. We're going to do this first clip so that we can start with something a little lighter. And then we're gonna get in, we're gonna break this down together. I'm gonna be reading y'all comments and stuff, and we're gonna see what we get out of this video, you know, what comes out of it. All right. So let's go. Here we go. First clip of the night. Copyright disclaimers are in effect. We don't claim ownership rights to this clip. All right, here we go. Let's go. Present, share screen. Bang. Now this clip kind of tripped me out. That's why I was like, all right, let's go. Let's just do this one first. Let me see, how should I do it? Let's get my banner off the screen, right? So we can make it full screen. All right, so I got to get my banner off the screen. Go to media assets, scroll up. There we go. Hi. Okay, let me get my bottom one off too. All right, now I should be able to do full screen once I share. And then I'm gonna go to here and I'm gonna make that one be full screen. Well, not full screen, I'm gonna share the screen with it. Let's try this one, see what happens. All right, now I'm gonna go to present, share screen. I'm gonna go bang, share. Now I'm gonna see what y'all see. All right, I'm over in the corner. All right, and then that looks like it's probably. Let me see if I can make it even fuller screen. Let me make y'all smaller over here. That's too small. And I can't see the chat. Comment. Make it bigger. Come on. Zoom. I mean, what's the name? Bro, they just be tripping me out now. New layout. I don't know what that's all about, bro. They used to have it where I could see. There we go. Now I could see it. But it's so big I won't be able to see. Oh, all right. And then click that. And then make that full thing. There we go. I should have did that before. All right, and then make this. There you go. That's bigger. All right, first clip of the night. Now, this clip is a clip I think is pretty funny. All right, let's let's just do it. Here we go.
I ain't trying to go there with you, shawty. But I don't give a fuck. Huh? Say what? Look, man, look, bro. It's whatever, shawty. It's whatever, shawty.
You get hostile for no reason, bro.
It's whatever, shawty.
You get mad for no
It's
reason, bro.
whatever, shawty.
Now, the first thing I want to point out is they got a belt hanging here, looking like a noose. So first thing I'm saying is like, when I first seen this clip, I'm like, I hope they don't they don't put this doggone belt to use on him or nobody else, right? That was the first thing. I'm like, oh, come on, bro. Do not use that belt thing, okay? So I'm guessing the little white dude, I guess he tired of them messing with him. He tired of the dude messing with him, right? And all right, so all right, let's go. But I hope this don't end bad. Here we go.
I ain't trying to go there with you, shawty. But I don't give a fuck. Huh? Say what?
You get loud with me.
Look, man, look, bro. It's whatever, shawty. It's whatever, shawty.
You get hostile for no reason, bro.
It's whatever, shawty.
You get mad for no
It's
reason,
whatever, shawty.
Y'all nigga going
Cause I nigga, I told you I'm just trying to chill, bro, and you keep on goddamn.
All right, first of all, have any have any of you and anybody who watched this later on the replay, have any of you felt in your life that someone just keep messing with you to the point that he said, yo, that is the funniest thing in the world. And just so y'all know, for other nations of people in the world, black people will get you like this. It's a thing what we do. Black people will pick at you and mess with you till they have you stressed out like this. This is so funny right here. This is the funniest thing. And then, yeah, he traumatized. Then another thing is like I like how he got his fist balled up. He definitely ready to go. He ready to fight, win, lose, or draw. Right? I think they might be incarcerated. You know what I mean? Because I see this brother got flip flops on. It look like a bed to the side. I'm not sure where they at. But I don't like this doggone belt hanging there like a noose. I'm like, I hope they don't they don't try to hang this dude. But the best thing is that he's willing to fight. You're gonna in incarcerated situations and in prison situations, you have to be willing to fight. It just is what it is. It's a bunch of sick, deranged, dark devils in there. That's why none of y'all want to go to prison or jail. You want to stay out. You want to stay free in society. It is not the place to be unless you sick and deranged and want to be around a bunch of devils and harm people and get harmed or that, right? Because it's nothing but darkness. All right. So, but the fact that he's willing to fight is the fact that he's willing to fight is key. You have to stand up because they'll bully you, they'll mess with you, they'll pick at you. You know what I mean? So he's fed up. You know when someone get fed up, what Florida ever say? All I can no, that's Popeye. It's all I can stands, and I can't stands no more. Right? Florida Evans said, "Damn, damn, damn." That's where he at, right? He is. Yeah, the worst ones to deal with is the officers, the facts, the COs. They're the they're the nastiest of it all. It's really not okay. It's really that's interesting. I was up early enough. I was gonna show something. I might try to still grab it, but it's okay. We're gonna get started. If I might show it, it depends on how long this goes tonight. All right. So anyway, the first thing is that he's fed up of this dude picking with him, right? And this dude right here was picking with him. And we all know somebody that'll keep poking and picking and poking and picking. Yeah, they locked up somewhere. They in some type of thing because they got a locker right here. These cots. Yeah, they in some type of dorm or room or something. Halfway house or program or some type of institution. And they'll pick with you, right? So here we go.
No reason, bro.
It's whatever, shawty.
You get mad for no
It's
reason,
whatever,
bro.
shawty.
Y'all nigga going
Cause I
something.
nigga, I told you I'm just trying to chill, bro, and you keep on goddamn.
Hello. I wanted to laugh. I was starting because, you know, I'm Fulio, and if y'all got a sense of humor, it's good to us to get a laugh before what we about to see. But he said, you know, when you so frustrated, he said, you. That is so funny. He is tired. That's all he can stand, and he can't stand no more. He got his fists all balled up. He ready to fight, right? He like, I'm trying to chill, shout it.
No reason, bro.
It's whatever, shawty.
You get mad for no
It's
reason, bro.
whatever, shawty.
Y'all nigga going
Cause
something.
I told you I'm just trying to chill, bro, and you keep on goddamn.
Big boy, what the hell y'all nigga arguing about?
Bro, he playing with some goddamn.
Who I had to record, they don't know this.
Just like playing with some shit I ain't on right now, bro. So I
I'm
told
just
him,
saying,
bro.
bro. I'm just saying what your mom be talking.
All right. Shout out to Daddy U. Shout out to Unique in the building. All right. I wanted to start off with some right? Just start off with a little bit of laughter. You know what I mean? All right. So all right. So now we're gonna get to the clip of the night. The thumbnail and the title of the video, a life sentence for car theft. This criminal justice system is insane. You have to be careful out there. There's a lot of it was designed in America from the slavery system. And it was designed to be now an institutional slavery. Okay? They started back in the days when they had vagrancy laws and stuff. They wouldn't give our ancestors jobs, and they would have vagrancy laws that just, you know, they would ask you for your papers, and if you didn't have a job, they would go to jail and put you on a chain gang and get labor out of you and stuff. When you couldn't get a job. It was designed to destroy. And it's still out there. Thank you, Larry. A life sentence for car theft, the shocking truth. All right, copyright disclaimers in effect. We don't own the rights to this video. Let's go. Share this tab instead. Let me see what y'all see. Okay, I'm down in the corner. That's not too bad. Let me see. Do I want to be in the corner? Or I could be on the side of it. Let me see. Let me see how I look if I go and put myself on the side of the video. Copyright disclaimers in effect. Now that made it small. I like me in the corner. Make it a little bigger. And put me down here in the corner. There you go. That makes it big. And if I make it, I can make it full screen first.
Good morning, Miss.
Let's do it. We're gonna make it full screen. Bang. Now I'm gonna come back. There we go. Now I'm gonna put me in the corner. See what happens. There we go. Full screen down at the bottom in the corner. Ah, there we go. If I put me on the side, that's still not too bad. But I'll make it put me down. All right. Here we go. So, copyright disclaimers. This is a reality. This is nowadays. It's not even an old clip. It's nowadays. Copyright disclaimers in effect. This is in Louisiana. This brother is in Angola State Prison, one of the worst prisons in the world. Louisiana has some of the worst criminal justice laws and policing systems in the world. And this brother is a victim of it. Let's go. Fair use. Copyright disclaimers.
Good morning, Mr. How you doing, Mr. Lowry? Can you hear me?
Nervous, I'm doing fine.
I can understand you're being nervous. How old are you, Mr. Lowry?
55.
55. And how much time have you actually served?
I would have 20, maybe 21.
So we'll just say 20, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
This was on a vehicle burglary, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So he's been in prison for 21 years for a crime called burglary theft. 21 years. Not murder. Didn't kill anyone, didn't harm anyone. 21 years this man has been in prison. This is the parole board. The parole board, when you're in prison, is you go see these people and they determine whether you can get released on parole. It's for those, most people know what a parole is, but it's like a system that allows you to get released but be monitored by them. So you'll have a parole officer you got to report to. You probably have to go to a drug program, piss test. They check on you. So it's before your sentence is over, it'll allow you to get a chance to go back into society. Okay? And you go to the parole board if you're allowed. If your sentence allows you, when you get sentenced for whatever crime you did, if your sentence allows you to get to even have parole. Some sentences says no parole at all. So it's like if he would have had life in prison with no parole, he wouldn't be able to even go to this board. Yes, Yahanan, reintegrate you into society. So all praise to the Most High that this man was able to get parole. So now he's been in there for 21 years. 21 years, bro. That's as long as some people right here in this live has been alive. That's longer than young Aliyaha, young Tony has even been alive. All right? For breaking into a car, for robbing a car. Not even house burglary. Okay? So when you're imprisoned and you're allowed to be eligible for parole, you go every 2 years. So every 2 years, you go meet this panel, right? And this panel of people, they determine whether they're going to let you have an opportunity to go home to society and be on parole, or they'll say denied. And then now you won't come back again for 2 more years. So every time you go see this parole board, this people right here, they have the power to make you go back to jail for 2 more years every time you come see them. So a lot of the times it's a horse and pony show. A horse and pony show. I said horse and pony show. It's a pony. It's a horse and pony show where they want to make you dance and jump through hoops, right? I might show it after this. It depends on how long we go tonight. I got a clip where an elder man was going to see the parole board, and he was like, I'm not dancing and jumping through no hoops for y'all. Either you're going to give me parole or send me back to my cell. I'm not doing a horse and pony show for y'all, right? So they try to make, right? And they have the right to just deny you over and over again. They call it getting hit at the board. So this is the parole board. This is prison and jail lingo, or prison lingo, because that's where the parole board is. It's prison lingo. They call it, when you go see these people every 2 years, right? You try to persuade them that you have repented for your crimes and sins. You've gained. You maybe went to school. You didn't have a lot of charges against you in jail. That you won't be a threat to society when you go out there. You're trying to prove to them that you've changed. You served your sentence, or you feel like you'll be an asset to society, that you should be reintegrated into society. So you have to try to prove it to them. And we're gonna be doing certain series of this. It's gonna be very entertaining and very good. I'm glad the Most High gave me this lane to also use. I'm gonna still be telling my stories on this channel and stuff, but now I got another vehicle to for us to address actual things that's happening, and it should be really, really, really fruitful for us, and as well as, sometimes entertaining, because some people in jail are crazy. They are fully old. Some people, no disrespect, but some people need to stay in there. At the end of this clip, we're going to show something where I want to see if everybody here might agree with me. I don't know if we want to let that brother out of society, right? So, because this clip is kind of heavy a little bit. So at the end of it, that's why I showed the first clip. We can laugh at them. He was like, right? And then the last clip, we can get a little laugh to close out, because I don't want us to close out heavy. But some of these situations are very disturbing. And this is very disturbing. Very, very disturbing. This is a crime within itself. Inside of the prison system, you have the officers even be committing crimes. Outside, shout out to the righteous police officers in the world. We thank you and for your dedication, your honor to your job, and to protecting and serving society. Thank you. That's what you took your oath for. We appreciate you, and the world needs more of you, for the righteous police officers. But there's a lot of unrighteous, and they are devils, right? And inside of the prison industrial system, it's a lot more of them that are devils than that are righteous. There are some righteous correctional officers, though. Very few, though. And I was in jail, and I've witnessed some very, very disturbing correctional officers. I'm going to start sharing some more of those stories of my incarceration. Yeah, I got more to share. But yeah, remnant of the righteous of all people on earth, right? And some of these correction officers are so dark. We'll do it another time. All right. So I just wanted to set this foundation that this man has done 21 years. And I'm quite sure this ain't his first parole board. I don't know, he might have been. All right. Let's go.
Nervous. How old are you, Mr. Lowry? Good morning, Mr. How you doing, Mr. Lowry? Can you hear me?
Nervous, I'm doing fine.
I can understand you're being nervous. How old are you, Mr. Lowry?
55.
55. And how much time have you actually served?
I would, 20, maybe 21.
So we'll just say 20, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
This was on a vehicle burglary, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
One thing I want to point out is that's very interesting that he doesn't remember how much he served. You know why? Because he don't want to try to count. One day in prison is like 6 months in the regular world. Like a year. I mean, it's so bad. Unless you're straight institutionalized, that you're just a beast and you're running around enjoying the darkness and you're slaughtering people and just the savages have fun. The sane people, the righteous or the sane people, it's horrible, bro. And one tool or asset that helps is to forget counting time, because it'll go so slow. If you tried to count for 21 years day by day, it's like you did 21 lifetimes. So he lost count. If some of y'all, from his demeanor, I can tell there's a lot of trauma. He seems so detached. I could tell there's a lot of hurt and pain in him. All right, let's go. I'm gonna try to let it play for a while.
Maybe 21.
Time have you actually served?
I would, 20, maybe 21.
So we'll just say 20, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
This was on a vehicle burglary, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
When you were originally sentenced on the charge in 2004, what sentence did you receive?
I received 12 years on the first count and life on the second count.
Do you mean life on the second count? You only have one? I mean, what?
Well, excuse me. Well, the way that St. Tammany had sentenced me to 12 and run it concurrent.
Yo, Drizzy, do you hear this, Drizzy? First of all, it was 2004 when he broke into a car, theft of a car. It's 2024, 20 years. And he's given an account for a theft of a car 20 years later. Now, he said on the first account, they gave me 12 years. And he said on his second account, they gave me life. And the parole lady said, what second account? You only got one account. Okay. Now, do y'all hear? Wyatt said I was only one when this dude was sentenced. Now, do y'all hear? Did y'all hear the lady? She said, you only got one account. What second account? That right there is a huge flag. Let's go.
You mean life on the second count? You only have one? I mean,
And life on the first count and life on.
in 2004, what sentence did you receive?
I received 12 years on the first count and life on the second count.
Do you mean life on the second count? You only have one? I mean, what?
Well, excuse me. Well, the way that St. Tammany had sentenced me to 12 and run it concurrent with the life sentence as a habitual offender.
Well, when did you get to be a habitual offender?
2004 I believe it was, or 17.
But I'm showing you only have one burglary conviction. You originally got 12 years. And then in 2017, they came back and treated you as a habitual offender.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Did y'all just hear that? He got charged in 2000 and they gave him 12 years. Then they came back in 2017 and gave him another charge and gave him life. If I heard that correctly, first of all, off the 12 years, he was in there for 17, which happens. That means he got hit at the parole board. Now you see, the lady is like, you only got one charge. Shalom Hanya. Right? Yeah, I'm lost too. That's why I said this is one tonight. Okay? Now he's going to be confused. Okay? Yes, exactly, Drizzy. That's what I was going to open with, but I might close with something. I was going to do that. Exactly. That's my point about how unjust this is. So we'll do it. Because I got the clip, an update. So they still ain't charged those correction officers that beat Robert Brooks to death on camera, right? Still ain't give him a charge yet, but they gave this man life for stealing, for theft from a car. Okay? Now listen again. This thing is why I did this one first tonight, because I got a lot of other stuff we're gonna be going through. This is crazy right here.
They had sentenced me to 12 and running concurrent with the life sentence as a habitual offender.
Well, when did you get treated as a habitual offender?
2004, I believe it was, or 17.
But I'm showing you only have one burglary conviction. You originally got 12 years. And then in 2017, they came back and treated you as a habitual offender.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So you only have one burglary.
Yes, ma'am.
So how much time had you served on that burglary in 2017 before they upped your sentence? How much time did you serve?
Altogether, I've done 20 on that same charge.
Now he has no, first of all, this is crazy because he has no idea what she's talking about, and they have no idea what's going on. So she said, how much time did you serve on the charge? He went in 2000. In 2017, they came and said, we're going to charge you now as a habitual offender. Y'all listen what I'm telling you. He committed the theft of the car in the year 2000. They locked him up. They charged him with 12 years for that theft of a car. That's a crazy charge, but, he had charges before it. I guess he had, 2 charges before it, because that habitual offender thing, that 3 strikes thing, and this thing that they set up, right? So they so then he got 12 years. He ended up still doing 17 because I guess when they give you, like if you got 12 years, they probably gave him a 12 to something. So when they charge you, they give you stuff like a 12 to 25 or a 12 to 15 or a 12 to, you know what I mean? He might have had a number on the back, meaning he got to go to parole. So you won't just get out. You don't max out, meaning you don't do the 12 and automatically come home. Otherwise, he would have already been home after the 12 years, right? So they yeah, it's so funny, Maya. That's very interesting, right? It's like they should have all the facts. She's correct on their paperwork, but you're asking him and he don't even know, and y'all don't even know. So I'm lost with this whole, and that's how this thing works too. It's crazy. That's why I said that's why you gotta young and elder people, men and women, stay out of this criminal justice system. It is totally crazily unrighteous. It's destructive, bro. It'll I mean, it really is. It's really, really traumatizing. All right. The people who are able to survive it, you have to go into a beast mode. You have to turn into a complete animal, almost a devil, to be able to survive it and make it through and try to keep your sanity. I could tell that this brother's scarred from it. Now, so this parole lady, she's confused. Y'all gonna see it again in a minute. So she's trying to find out from him. This is what she's thinking. She's thinking that he got charged for the 12 years, and then she's trying to figure out, what did you do to get the other year, to get life? Because remember, they gave him 12 years, and then they came in 17 years later and said, we're going to recharge you as a habitual offender, and we're going to give you life. What? And they gave him life. So he's been in there for 20, he said 21 years. I guess he don't know. She looked at the papers. She said, we're just going to say 20. That's what Maya's talking about. What do you mean you're just going to say 20? It should be. And Hanya said, they can do that. They do anything, Hanya. It's not okay, bro. One of my biggest fears when I was in the world and out in the streets was being falsely accused for something I didn't do, and getting sent into a corrupt judge and judicial system. It happened to me. If you go on my channel, the way that I got released was from a corrupt police officers and the system falsely and unjustly charging me. And I was stuck. All praise to the Most High that was his doing as well, to have me have no hope. And because for my sentence, I should have only got maybe 4 or 5 years, but they was giving me 25 and charging me for something that I wasn't. And it was unjust. But the first time it happened, I had 15 to life. I had the money to pay for it. That's why if this man had millions of dollars, if this man was rich, he wouldn't have got the life. You get what I'm saying? It's unjust. He would have been able to pay a superstar lawyer team, and they would have whipped that to shreds. And he probably would have got, because they tried to, he probably would have got less than the 12 years too. So the first time when I had my 15 of life, I got out of it. But then the second time, I didn't have no money, couldn't afford the lawyer. The market crashed, the real estate market, and I was screwed, dude. And it was unjust. And it was the Most High who gave me a second chance. Took me back to the Supreme Court, to the one that I got out of the 15 of life. So he knew that Supreme Court judge knew that this whole thing was unjust, that they were after me. So in the second case, he gave me a chance because he knew that they had bugged my car. They had put a what's the name on my car, a low jack on my Benz, right? For those who know the story on this channel. So yes, Hanya, it's unjust, and they can do anything, especially if you don't have money. If you don't have money, money is power. It's capital in America. It's all over the world. Even these other countries is even worse, because in these other countries, these third world countries and stuff, they're even more corrupt. Like you can literally just pay the judge and get out. You can pay the cops and get out. Like it's a little more higher institutional crime in America judicial system, but the power, the money, you pay your way out. All right, let's continue. Hopefully, I don't do too much talking. I'm gonna try not to.
Up to your sentence. How much time did you serve?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
So how much time had you served on that burglary in 2017 before they upped you your sentence? How much time did you serve?
Altogether, I've done 20 on that same charge.
Okay, don't worry. Don't worry.
I'm sorry.
Well, you don't have two charges. You got two sentences on the same charge. I think you were originally sentenced to 12 years. Is that correct?
What kind of sick? Now he's so confused. He like, I'm sorry, ma'am. I don't even know. Yo, guys, this man did 21 years and he don't even know what's going on. That's a reality in prison. There's a lot of people who deserve to be there, but there's a lot of people who don't. Facts. It's almost probably like, honestly, 50-50. I've been there, so I know what I'm talking about. Honestly, 50-50 from environmental factors and all that. This man has no idea why and what. So this lady is like, you don't have two charges. You have one charge that they recharge you with. Like they went back and gave him life, though. Listen, they gave him 12 years. They didn't come back and say, okay, now you're going to do 10 more. They came back and gave this man life. After he'd been in there for robbing a car. He'd been in there for 12 years, 17 years. And you come back and give this man life? They recharged him. What?
I'm sorry.
Well, you don't have two charges.
Altogether, I've done 20 on that same charge.
Okay, don't worry. Don't worry.
I'm sorry.
Well, you don't have two charges. You got two sentences on the same charge. I think you were originally sentenced to 12 years. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. I'm confused because,
What's confusing you? Help me understand what's confusing you.
well, when I went to court, I had 2 counts. They sentenced me to 12 years on the first count, and then they multi-billed me on the second count. I mean, unless
I see.
He does have 2 charges.
Okay.
Look, they don't even know. Laria, let me help you out. Everyone, he didn't do nothing in prison. His record, they're going to tell that. His record is immaculate in prison. The whole time. He did nothing. Exactly. Did he like unalive something? Exactly. He did nothing in prison. He's so confused. It's the most heartbreaking. Why do you think I tried to start this with something funny? And we're going to end with something a little funny because I don't want, that's what I said, I don't want everybody to be all heartbroken. But it's heartbreaking, bro. If you got a heart, if you're a human, if you have any type of compassion and empathy, if you're not a monster, a devil, if you have any type of righteousness, then your heart will be broken. Listen, now they're trying to figure out what's going on. He has no idea what's going on. They don't even have no idea what's going on. This is crazy, right?
What's confusing you?
well, when I went to court, I had 2 counts. They sentenced me to 12 years on the first count, and then they multi-billed me on the second count. I mean, unless
I see.
He does have 2 charges.
But they're the same number. They're the same number.
Really, because one of them is at a boat launch or something, and one of them is in a parking lot.
Mm-hmm. You had originally gotten, but they didn't multi-bill you until 2017 on the second count, right?
no, ma'am. I was originally sentenced on the habitual offender, and it was January. I think it was January, and then I went back to court and got resentenced as a third offender.
When did you go back to, how long after that did you go back to court?
13 years ago, I believe.
Bro, I'm sorry, guys, but this one here gonna make me look like I'm soft. I'm ready. I'm ready to cry over this. That's the saddest thing in the world. Now the Most High has softened my heart, so I got tears now, and I'm very compassionate and empathetic, which I understand now because He has me leading His children around the world. But this is breaking my heart, bro, because you can see how gentle this man is, meaning like, and how confused he is. This is the most horrible thing in the world, bro. Like, so they trying to figure out what's going on. So the parole officer dude says, no, he do got two charges. And then the lady says, no, but those are the same numbers. So the two things they charging them, they charged them two things, but they got the same number on it, right? They done did some okey doke on this brother and came back and gave him life. And they're trying to figure out what's going on, and he's trying to explain like about 13 years ago they took 13 years. This is so insane, bro. Oh my goodness.
Got resentenced as a third offender. And it was January, I think it was January. And then I went back to court and got resentenced as a third offender.
When did you go back to, how long after that did you go back to court?
13 years ago, I believe. Somewhere in there. I can't remember the exact date.
Mr. Jackson, I'm gonna let the records lady explain it to you.
Please do.
So now they're gonna let the records lady explain, because he can't explain, they can't explain. Now the record lady is gonna explain what's going on here. What is happening right now, as Yasha usually say.
Hey, Ms. Jackson, originally, he is sentenced under 2 counts of simple burglary under docket 354193, and that was in 04. Then they came back in 2017 on count 1. They separated count 1 under the same docket and multi-billed him to life under count 1 and left count 2 with the 12 years from 04.
What? Do y'all hear this? And they have a terminology called multi-billed. I'm like, they're saying that like it's a water bill, right? Or internet bill, or you at a restaurant and you got a tab. Multi-billed. But Lavia, they came back and multi-billed him and gave him life. What? My goodness. Let's go. My goodness.
Records lady explain it to you.
Please do.
Hey, Ms. Jackson, originally, he is sentenced under 2 counts of simple burglary under docket 354193, and that was in 04. Then they came back in 2017 on count 1. They separated count 1 under the same docket and multi-billed him to life under count 1 and left count 2 with the 12 years from 04.
Right, so he had been in prison 13 years before they came back and treated him as a habitual offender, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So, okay.
Thank you, Hakiyama. I said, is that even legal? This is insane. So thank you. So they charged him with 12 years. He did 13 years. They come back to him. They say, okay, you're about to go home. So we're going to multi-bill you and we're going to give you life. Guys, can you imagine the feeling? I need you to place yourself in this man's shoes and understand that you got 12 years. You already know by 13, okay, I should be seeing the board, maybe one more year, I could go home and, get my life back together. And they call you to court. And you're probably thinking that in court, they're going to tell you, all right, you're probably up for parole. We're going to reintegrate you in society. You're probably thinking, and you get there and they're like, well, we want you to let you know that we know that you served your sentence and you're thinking you're about to go home, but we're about to multi-bill you and we're going to charge you now, 13 years later, as a habitual offender, and we're going to give you life in prison. If you can understand experiencing that, that's like someone just killing you, just shooting you, killing you, but you're still alive, but you're dead. It's like Walking Dead. It's a dead body. That's how I felt when I got life. It's Walking Dead, like especially my 15 of life sentence when I was bailed out and I was walking the streets. I felt like I was the Walking Dead while everybody in life is going along. I'm facing life and nobody knew it. And I was chiefing blunts. Like it was the worst thing in the world. Like a zombie, I felt like. And I would fake smile to everybody and treat everybody. And then I would go back inside my head. And it's like, my life is over. His is even worse. Mine's was if I blow this trial, they could give me whatever, 30 years, 40 years, or they could give me whatever. His is they gave it to him. Yeah, there's no new charge. I don't even know, like, right? You probably just pass out, right? Right there in the court, like, right? You probably be like, huh? No. Say it again. Like, no, your life, you have life. This is what they told this man. You have life. I know you thought you was going home maybe in a year or so, but now you have life. And I know he must have been like, for what? I didn't do anything else. Yeah, we're just multi-billing you as a habitual offender. Life? Like, I can't even count my life, like my whole life, right? Okay.
Been in prison 13 years.
They separated count one under the same docket and multi-billed him to life under count one and left count two with the 12 years from 04.
Right. So he had been in prison 13 years before they came back and treated him as a habitual offender. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So, okay. All right. Okay. Well, so Mr. Lowry, you were committing vehicle burglaries. Is that right? Breaking in people's cars?
Yes, ma'am.
What was causing you to break into people's cars? Why were you doing that?
I believe I had a substance abuse at the time.
What kind of drugs were you on?
Cocaine.
And how long had you been addicted to cocaine?
For about 25 years, 30 years.
So how old were you when
Hold on. Hold on. Stop the presses. Hakama said, am I muted? No, I see your comment. You said so worried about is your comment not showing up on on YouTube, Hakiyama? Let me know. I see it on my end. Hold the presses. Okay, Zayana says she see you in the chat, so you're not muted. So you're just gonna move on? You're just gonna move on and say, okay, so you were breaking into people's cars? I would have been like, yeah, but could you explain this life sentence that I got? What, like, okay, yeah, I broke in some cars 20 something years ago. Okay, yeah, I was on drugs, I broke into cars, but how, like, can we discuss this life sentence? Wow. I'm sorry. Not sorry.
At the time,
What kind of drugs were you on?
cocaine,
And how long had you been addicted to cocaine?
for about 25 years, 30 years,
So how old were you when you first started using cocaine?
25, about 25 or 28, something like that. I can't remember exactly.
Do you have any kind of learning disability?
Not that I'm aware of, I believe.
Listen, lady, this man is so confused. Who knows what happened to him in prison, first of all. Second of all, in order for him to survive, to be standing in front of you, she wouldn't understand the mental gymnastics and stuff. He doesn't have the capacity to even reason. You heard? He said maybe 25, 30 years he was on cocaine, and he started when he was 25 years old, right? Yes, Lavia, instead of having compassion, because you won't understand it. First of all, if you've never been in prison like that, you won't understand. If you've never had a life sentence, if you've never had a thing with life could be, you won't understand. I know because I've had sentences with a number, with a date. And with that date, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. But when you have life at the end of your sentence, there's something else that it's because if something goes wrong, your whole life, it's like no light at the end. It made me a zombie, so I understand. Where I had to fake function to people. And I swear, every time I would leave people, I would go back into my shell. I was with my ex, Christy, and she would just look at me. Sometimes she would just hug me, and I would just smoke. I would smoke the weed to try to make me leave my mind, because you're like a zombie. He's zombied out. And trying to get him to reason and understand without seeing and understanding the circumstances of what happened to him is incompassionate, and it's just wicked as well.
Okay. I can't remember exactly.
Do you have any kind of learning disability?
Not that I'm aware of, I believe.
Did you graduate from high school?
No, ma'am.
How far did you go in high school?
I went to the 7th grade in junior high.
Okay. And why did you drop out?
To be honest, I really don't know.
Were you working during the time that you were on cocaine? You have a job?
On and off.
What kind of work did you normally do?
Roofing, sandblasting.
Okay. Were you married? Did you have any family, having children?
Got one child, a son. He's grown now,
Okay.
but I've never been married.
Well, let's talk about what you've been doing over the last 20 years. You haven't taken a lot of programs. Why not?
Well, when I was sentenced under the Act 138 at the time, and I know that's not an excuse. And I've worked various jobs here in the prison, and I've gotten the 100 hours, took an anger management. The 100 hours, they haven't gave me the certificate yet, but they didn't have any available. And a competency certificate for work.
But you haven't taken any kind of substance abuse treatment, right?
So she asked him in his sentence why he didn't take any programs, talking about drug programs. And he's like, he should be like, I'm sorry, lady, but they gave me life. At what point does this be like, okay, how can we get this man out of here? You get it? Like, forget all this formalities. There's an injustice that was done to this man's life, and we need to figure out how to get this man out of here. Forget all this stuff. The man has enough trauma. Yeah, he's been trying to survive the best he can. And guys, if y'all understand, he's in Angola State Prison. That's one of the worst prisons in America. They got chain gangs and stuff. Angola and Louisiana, that's that old, yes, our boss. Them New Orleans boys, them Louisiana boys, and the gangs is out of control in Angola. So it's straight survival. He's not in, let me explain, he's not in a federal facility, right? Where a United States, a Fed, or he's in a state, Angola state facility. It's the worst of them all, almost, Angola state. All right.
And a competency certificate for work.
But you haven't taken any kind of substance abuse treatment, right?
No, ma'am. I was waiting to get in a class for that, but I haven't been eligible to get in one yet.
Is it because of your sentence?
Ma'am?
Is it because of what's the class are you trying to get into?
The one for the, well, just one period. It doesn't, I mean, the one that helps me the best, really. Living in balance.
And your job is a farm animal worker?
Well, I work at Camp J now.
And how long have you been, what do you do at Camp J?
I work in the tool shed and I keep up the grass and paint and whatever they ask.
And I see you have only had one write-up, and that was in 2005.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
So after 20 years in prison, he had one write-up. He has a job working in the prison.
And that was for a contraband. You have any memory of what that was about?
No, ma'am, not the contraband. The only thing I remember is the one write-up I had was for, they sent me down to go clean and with a water hose, and I GI'd the building and they wet the camera system up. That's the only write-up I recall having.
Okay. You have any family? I know you mentioned your son. Do you have any family?
What he just explain is what happens. So he said he had a job. He's supposed to go wet the building, and he, I guess, accidentally wet the camera system, and I guess the COs got mad at him, and they wrote him up. So when you get written up, that's a ticket. It's like it goes on your record that you did, like you got a disciplinary action against you, right? Like if you fight, if you do anything, if they write you up, so that and officers, if they're corrupt or don't like you, they can write you up for bull crap, so that when you get to the parole board, them people, they'll have a bunch of things that they wrote you up for to make it look like you were a problem in jail. And they can write whatever they want on there. So he said, I didn't have no contraband, so they wrote that on there. They was probably mad because he did the water or something or whatever for the camera system, and they could put anything. That's what I'm saying. It's so dangerous. Jail is easy to get into, but very hard to get out of, the criminal justice system. That's why your children and you adults, please stay out of this system. You do not want to get caught in a situation like one of these situations. And there's so many worse things that can happen.
Okay. You have any I know you.
That's the only write-up I recall happened.
Okay. You have any I know you mentioned your son. Do you have any family that would help you if you were to be released?
I was trying to go through the parole project to try to get into a transitional housing because I do not have anybody on the outside. I've lost contact with everybody since I've been incarcerated.
What kind of job do you think you can have on the outside?
Roofing, painting, sandblasting, weed eating, whatever it requires me to do what I'm supposed to do in society.
That statement when he said he would like to go to transition to a halfway house because he has nobody on the outside. I know that feeling. I was doing the same thing. I was trying to transition to a halfway house. I volunteered because I didn't have nobody on the outside. To do that bid, the difference was me, praise the Most High, that I did have my baby's mother, and she brought my children to see me twice. This is out of about 3 years, and I'm thankful for that. But I survived on my own by drawing and playing cards and having cereals and selling. I had a store, but me drawing, like drawing holiday cards and stuff for people on envelopes and stuff. And then people would play spades and gamble, and I didn't gamble, so they would have me on their team and they would give me stuff, but I don't gamble, so I wouldn't bet my money. I was so good at playing cards and stuff like that that they would pick me, and then my partner, we would win, and then he would give me half of his stake with all the stuff he won. And that's how I survived. But there was no visits, there was no letters. And that's the hardest thing in the world, is when you see people go on visits and their family come to see them and their children, and they get dressed up and they get happy and they get all, dressed up, meaning you put on your your good state clothes, your good uniform that you be creasing under your mattress and stuff like that. And you get all, and it's like you look forward to something. But people that's in their bed in prison and jail that have no one, it's the roughest thing in the world. It's so empty. So that meant he did these 20 years by himself with no assistance from nothing. This gets sadder and sadder. It really does, bro. It's like, this is a tearjerker movie, right? This is a seriously tearjerker, bro. Like, my goodness, bro. So don't y'all just want to hug him, right? Right? Can you imagine if your uncle, you'd be like, you know what, Uncle Danny, you ain't ever got to work again. I wish I could know this man. I'd be like, you don't never got to do nothing again. Just do something to help people, go down to programs and try to assist people and talk to the kids. And I would actually take care of this man forever. I really would. I would work so that he didn't have to. That's my heart. That's how I am. Facts. I would. It's just so insanely bad.
Have anybody on the outside. I was trying to go through the parole project to try to get into a transitional housing because I do not have anybody on the outside. I've lost contact with everybody since I've been incarcerated.
What kind of job do you think you can have on the outside?
Roofing, painting, sandblasting, weed eating, whatever it requires me to do what I'm supposed to do in society.
This man don't need a job. This man didn't get paid millions for suing the Louisiana state criminal justice system for this injustice, bro. What's going on here right now? Literally. What do you mean a job? This man needs to be compensated for his life taken.
Warren Embo, any information you can give us about Mr. Lowry?
Yes, Mr. Lowry, he's NT4C, thank you for a change. He started that class in February, so he shouldn't have too much longer to finish that. And he's on the waiting list for living in balance. His tiger is low, and only one DB report now was for aggravated disobedience and property destruction.
Okay.
So why do y'all got two different records? You see what this CO or whatever she is? This is the Angola state. At the bottom it says LSP Angola. This is the prison. This prison lady said he only have one disciplinary action, and that was for destruction of property, like he said, the water. So why does the parole board got a disciplinary action for contraband? And why isn't this being addressed? Do y'all understand? This is the crimes that are happening in the system, but they try to say you're a criminal, right? The charge against those officers in New York, in Marcy, upstate, that killed that black man, they ain't even been charged yet. But they say that we are criminals, but they do more crimes, and they just, like, this is a crime. Like, how, why isn't this being addressed? And if he was sharp enough, he should have been but I know he's too scared to challenge anything. Y'all got to understand that. He ain't about to say nothing, which is smart. He ain't about to challenge nothing. But why does your records different from the parole board's records?
NT4C, thank you for a change. He started that class in February, so he shouldn't have too much longer to finish that. And he's on the waiting list for living in balance. His tiger is low, and only one DB report now was for aggravated disobedience and property destruction.
Okay. Okay, I had one DB, not DB for a rule one. Okay.
So they wrote one DB report, but they had two different infractions on it. They had a 5 and 17.
And when I wrote down DB, I put one, meaning he only had one. But then when I looked at it, I thought it was a rule one, but it wasn't a rule. So that was one.
All right.
Okay, so now they sitting up there making mistakes on this man's life. You see what she just said? And these are the people who, and because of her mistake, she could deny him parole. You see this? Right in your face.
All right. That's all I have, Mr. Rushing.
Thank you, Ms. Jackson. Mr. Lowry,
Yes, sir.
have you formally contacted the Louisiana Pro Project?
I was given the address and, from an attorney, and when I wrote them, she had applied me with the wrong address, and I received the letter back. So I had sent the letter with a friend from up here when the Pro Project was up here, and he had gave them the letter. And I believe Ms. Barton was supposed to contact them for me.
Now, if you were to be released in the near future, do you have a transition plan? Do you have a place to live?
At this time, I do not. I'm trying to get that established with the Parole Project. And I
Chairman
haven't,
Roche, excuse me, we just got a text from Andrew Huntley saying that he would take him if he's granted.
That's correct. Stop. Okay, that's what I needed to hear.
Yes, sir.
Praise Yah for that. She just said they got a text from somebody, I think the parole, that housing place, that said they would take him in if he's released. And the old white man said, good, that's what I needed to hear.
Mr. Freeman?
Mr. Lowry, did you ever try to take your GED while you've been incarcerated?
no, sir.
So
I didn't know what.
Sir, he took the D-level TABE test on 7/24/2012, but he did not enroll in education services afterwards. So he has no other educational history.
Okay, thank you, Warden.
Welcome.
Mr. Lowry,
Yes, sir.
would you like to make a brief statement and tell us why we should release you early?
Yes, sir, because I believe I could be a productive person
Early? He ain't supposed to be in there. Oh my goodness, this is so disgusting, but let's continue.
out in society and not commit any more crimes or hurt anybody else's vehicles or victims or anything like that. And do the best I can with I can out there by working.
Yes, sir. Is the panel ready to vote?
Yeah. All right, Mr. Lowry, you've served an awful lot.
So now this part is where they vote whether you're going to stay in prison or not. These people be having a lot of power in their hands. Here we go.
Long time, an awfully long time. All right, Mr. Lowry, you've served an awful long time, an awfully long time. You had a good institutional record. You're a good worker. You got fair because you didn't have any enough programs. You've only had one write-up, and that was in 2005. So my vote today would be to grant conditionally upon completion of a long-term substance abuse treatment program. Since you've never really had any substance abuse treatment, I think you need to have that under your belt before you release.
What?
And also
What?
condition.
Hold up. Did y'all hear what she said? She said, my vote is to give you parole release under after you complete a long-term substance abuse program in prison. She didn't say, she said a long term. And she said before your release. Yo, bro, man. I mean, I'm sorry. Talayama Yabayan. She said a long-term substance abuse, like 21 years ain't long enough. That man, no, he don't. Let me stop. I was gonna say that man need a joint, but no. Okay, no, he don't. But y'all know what I mean by that, right? I can't believe that this woman fixed her mouth to say, after a long term substance abuse program. Let me make sure I heard her correctly.
Good worker, you got fair because you didn't have any, enough programs, you've only had one write-up. Now,
So you only had one write up out of 20 years, and that was because you were working and the COs got mad because some water went on the camera. So that means you really got no write ups, okay? After 21 years, you're a hard worker, you did all this, you completed all this stuff, but we still can't let you go home? And you're unjustly accused. She's also said a long time you served for what? When you were supposed to have 12 years. They gave him life. Listen.
was in 2005. So my vote today would be to grant conditionally upon completion of a long-term substance abuse treatment program. Since you
I did hear correctly. Of a long term. Ma'am, I just did a long time. Now you're trying to give me more long time? When I'm working every day, I ain't got no drug substance abuse write-ups in prison. I've been in there 21 years. Ain't no substance abuse on my record at all, point blank.
never really had any substance abuse treatment, I think you need to have that under your belt before you release. And also conditionally upon acceptance by the parole project of your case so that they can work with you to find transitional housing and help you reintegrate.
And may the Most High's will be done over your life too, woman. Over everything in your life. May you get equal just measures for what you dish out. That's proper, lawful, spiritual discernment. May you get equal just measures for everything that you dish unto others.
My vote is to grant conditionally, complete a long-term substance abuse program, be accepted by the parole project.
Thank you, Mrs. Jackson.
Like he ain't have enough injustice done to him. That he got to look at this, no, sorry guys, but he got to look at this black woman sit there and do more injustice to him. I honestly, guys, I honestly thought she was going to say, I say that you get granted release. The parole provision said they will accept him in, so he got a place to stay. Like the old white dude said, that's what I wanted to hear. But instead, she gave him more time.
Mr. Lyle.
And let me explain something to y'all. Every day in prison you ain't guaranteed to live. It ain't like she's sending them somewhere. Every day that you are incarcerated you're not guaranteed to be alive.
I agree with Ms. Jackson. You have served an extraordinary amount of time for 2 car burglaries. You have done well over there as far as discipline. I wish you had a little bit more classes, but I also vote to grant conditionally on you completing that substance abuse program.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. They not letting him go? As y'all see, I haven't watched this. He said you've served an extraordinary amount of time for preventing 2 car thefts. That's it. You got life. So far, that's 2 that's saying he got a complete long-term. That's 2. So he can't. I'm sorry, guys, but I really thought he was going home. I didn't see this, as y'all see. I'm blown away. I'm honestly blown away. I shouldn't be, but I am. This world is so dark, man. Laviasi, was it your cards or something 20 something years ago?
Abuse program be accepted by.
Thank you, Mrs. Jackson. Mr. Freeman.
Mr. Lowry, I agree with Ms. Jackson. You have served an extraordinary amount of time for 2 car burglaries. You have done well over there as far as discipline. I wish you had a little bit more classes, but I also vote to grant conditionally on you completing that substance abuse program and being accepted into the parole project.
Thank you.
Mr. Lowry,
Yes, sir.
it looks like you might get some relief this morning and get the much needed help you need with your substance abuse issues.
Yes, sir.
My vote is the same. To grant conditionally upon completing a long-term substance abuse program. There are many programs, but we're going to leave it up to DOC to pick the right one for you. And then the other condition is acceptance in the Louisiana Parole Projects program. Conditions after release. We have a curfew from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. You must attend at least 3 NAAA meetings a week. And you have to follow all recommendations of the substance abuse treatment program that you're going to complete before release. Do you understand the conditions?
Yeah, he sound like Sleepy Joe. He looked like him too. Now he's giving him conditions for after he finally does get released, after he complete a long-term substance abuse that the Department of Corrections is going to say. Now, I want y'all to understand something, guys. When the Department of Corrections know that you have a chance to be released, because a lot of them are dark. Shout out to any righteous corrections officers. We need y'all. We need more righteous corrections officers of all type. A lot of them are unrighteous. When they find out that you have to complete this and you got life at the end, or you'll never go home, that's a tool that they could use to abuse you with. Do y'all understand that? That's a situation that this parole board should have never put him in right here. After all the mistreatment he's had, a spotless record. Because you understand, out of 20 years, his only write-up was him working and getting water on the cameras. Not intentional, right? So a spotless record, working, and they send him back to the wolves with them having the power to now destroy like he could never get released because they can make you do stuff to break you. They can put something falsely on you. Y'all understand that? He could get kicked out of the substance abuse program. Do y'all understand? She says successfully completed. So someone could just, like they falsely wrote him up for contraband or whatever it is. They falsely wrote him up like he really was destructing the property and stuff. Why would you put this man through this? That's even worse, bro. I'm telling y'all for real. It's even worse. Because now you gave the power to the same people who will abuse me. And I got life at the end of this. Man, I can't believe they didn't free this man. Yeah, worried about how many classes he's taken. When the man been working for 21 years. He been working for 20 years in the prison system for peanut. Y'all understand that it's slave wages. I hope y'all understand that. It's institutional slavery. So they give you like 50 cents an hour, 25 cents or something like that. Okay? So that working, quote unquote, and you work outside in society, like he said, he working outside, or you'll be working inside making products and license plates and stuff for the world, or working in people's, or y'all see them on the side of the road cleaning, like, and they give you 20 cents an hour while they make, off your labor, while they get rich off your labor. And they sent him back. And now this one in the middle is basically saying, if you make it out of that, if you make it through that long term, this is what's going to be waiting you when you get outside. More. Remember, so guys, this is the crazy thing. He's going to make it. He's strong. Most High will. You're right, Lara. Most High will, he makes it. No one's addressing the injustice of them giving him life like that. For 2 car robberies, 2 car thefts, bro. It's not even, I don't think, it's not car theft, it's car robbery. He stole something out of the car 2 times. Right? So I don't think he stole the actual car. I think he stole something out of the car. Because I don't know. Someone can explain that. What's car robbery? I don't know if that's stealing the whole car, or either way, it doesn't matter. I don't give a crap if he stole the whole car lot. You don't get life. You got all these people, unaliving people and pedos and all type of sick stuff. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe they sent this man back to prison. I did not know this was happening. I really thought he was going home. I just thought he was going home. I did. I couldn't even, my little mind could not fathom that he wasn't going home. That's how righteous you know. That's when you know you're righteous. When you can't even fathom that he's not going home.
And then the other condition is acceptance in the Louisiana Parole Projects program. Conditions after release. We have a curfew from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m.
So when he gets out, if y'all Most High willing, he gets out, he has a curfew from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Curfew. So he ain't free. Zayana said, my dad stole a car and only went to jail for a year. I know, right? That's my point. That's my whole point.
Must attend at least 3 NAAA meetings a week.
He got to attend at least 3 NA drug meetings a week. So I'm about to do a long-term drug program in here. Bro, he did drugs in 21 years, and not to say I don't know if he did or not, but he ain't got charged with it. You ain't got no proof that he did any drugs in 21 years. You didn't find him with no drug charges on his record or nothing. The man been working in there for 21 years. The man record is spotless.
And you have to follow all recommendations of the substance abuse treatment program that you could complete before release. Do you understand?
First of all, I can't even understand what you're saying. You need to be retired. Yeah, I know they be having these, no disrespect to the elders, but they be having these old fogey stogies, these old sleepy Joe, this Joe Biden dude. Bro, I can't even understand you. And these people be so self-righteous, bro. These boards. Matter of fact, we might just do it. We'll do it the next time. We'll do it another, because it would have been appropriate after these idiots to show the one where the old dude was not having it with them. The old dude was like, that old dude was like, listen.
Substance abuse treatment program that you could complete before release. Do you understand the conditions?
No. No, I don't understand what you said. I did not hear nothing you said.
Attend at least 3 NAAA meetings a week. And you have to follow all recommendations of the substance abuse treatment program that you can complete before release. Do you understand the conditions?
Yes, sir.
Your early release has been granted. You have a good day.
Some of you may remember this hearing, but probably most of you don't. It has fewer than 2,000 views. I did it like a year ago.
All right, hold on. So let me see. I'm lost. I'm so lost. Again, it makes no sense. Laria said he eating and talking. So Maya said he sound like the teacher from Charlie Brown. He definitely sound like Sleepy Joe. So he said your early release has been granted. So I'm guessing they're saying, all right, I got it. I think I know what they're saying. So this is technical jargon. This that legal jargon words. So I think they're saying your early release is granted from here. We did our job, but you got to complete. You got to go to a long-term service in the DLC that they said, and you got to complete that. And if you don't, then it's not granted. You get it? So really, I ain't got my early release granted. Sorry with these jargon words. This Black Laws crap. I ain't got no early. I'm not released. I'm back in the system, and I got to go through all this long-term drug program thing. Yeah, I'm appalled too. It's disgusting, bro. So let's hear what the commentator says with this video.
That you can complete before release. Do you understand the conditions?
Yes,
No,
sir.
I don't understand you.
Your early release has been granted. You have a good day.
Some of you may remember this hearing, but probably most of you don't. It has fewer than 2,000 views. I did it like a year ago, and I was thinking about this hearing, and I wanted to do it again because, frankly, I think this is one of the important ones to show. The idea that a man is given a life sentence for breaking into cars. And
That's what I thought. He didn't even steal the car. He didn't even steal the whole car. He just broke into the cars. 2.
just dumbfounding, right? We see over and over and over and over a life sentence for breaking into cars. And it's just dumbfounding, right? We see over and over and over and over. We can't even keep count about how many who change the course of a child's life through their sick, perverted acts, and they get little slap on their sentences. And here a DA felt like, oh wow, we should give him a life. You know, there was confusion. Like Miss Jackson is Bonnie Jackson, who understands the system probably better than anyone in Louisiana, or as good as anyone, and she couldn't quite understand it. How was it possible that he had received a 12-year sentence, but somehow, and I understand her confusion, but somehow he was still in prison when he should have been out when they gave him the life sentences, when they adjudicated him an habitual offender. But I think where the confusion was is that they adjudicated him an habitual offender immediately, and perhaps something to do with his appeals, although that's not is why there's confusion on the dates. But even then, I don't see that here because it shows that the appeal was decided in 2004. So it could be some type of paperwork challenge. If they didn't, and a DA actually came back when he's like about to get out and said, "Hey, I think we should make you an habitual offender," that would be even that.
This is so disgusting. So he took it to trial to appeal the decision for them, giving him, I guess, the 12 years in 2004. It says the defendant, Edward Aaron Lowry Jr., was charged by bill of information with 2 counts of simple burglary. Now they say simple burglary, right? This is their language. Simple burglary. So if it's so simple, why are y'all giving me life? That ain't simple. That's a burglary with unaliving some people or something. Where's the unaliving for me to get life? Listen, he was charged with 2 counts of simple burglary, violations of Louisiana RS 1462. He entered a plea of not guilty. The trial court denied the defendant's motions to suppress evidence and confession. After a trial by jury, the defendant was found guilty as charged as to both counts. Subsequently, the state filed a multiple offender bill of information. See, subsequently. So he lost trial and they gave him 12 years. Now that makes sense for the 12 years. Because I was wondering, I'm like, why did he even get 12 years for it? That's a lot for just 2, and it says, after a trial jury, the defendant was found guilty as charged as to both counts. Subsequently, the state filed a multiple offender bill of information. The trial court denied defendant's counsel and pro se motions for post-verdict judgment of acquittal, and defendant counseled motion for new trial. They denying him. The defendant was adjudicated a 4th felony habitual offender. Oh my goodness. So they denied his acquittal, his appeal, and instead they charged him as a 4th felony habitual offender and gave him life, bro. I know he really wished he would have just not took it to appeal. As to count 1, as a 4th felony habitual offender, the defendant was sentenced to life imprisonment at hard labor without benefit of parole, probation, or suspension of sentence. Hard labor. And it says without benefit of parole. That's interesting. As to count 2, the defendant was sentenced to 12 years imprisonment at hard labor to be served concurrently at the same time with the enhanced sentence imposed to count 1. So for one of the theft of the car, you gave me 12 years. For the second theft of the second car, you gave me life. The trial court denied the defendant's motion to reconsider sentence. The defendant now appeals, raising the following counseled assignments of error. The trial court erred and or abused its discretion in denying the defense motion to suppress evidence. The defendant, wow. They gave this man life.
Really, that's what I thought happened, because that would even emphasize how more insane it is, right? But it's not clear. What is clear, though, is that he did get that life sentence. So
I want to see a little bit of that. I'm not going to read it all. I just want to see a little bit of that. The trial court erred in finding the defendant the sentence imposed is excessive. These are the things, yes, that's what they should be charging at. It's excessive.
It's not.
The trial court failed to properly advise the defendant of the delays for filing for post-conviction relief. Oh, they jimmied him, guys. They didn't properly advise him for the delays of filing.
Clear.
In the defendant's supplemental brief, he argues that the trial court made a mistake in using a possession of cocaine predicate punishable by less than 10 years to sentence him to life imprisonment, that the trial court made an error by considering fingerprints contained in an arrest registry and adjudicating the defendants a 4th felony habitual offender And finally, that the trial court made an error in imposing 2 sentences herein. For the following reasons, we affirm the convictions, the habitual offender adjudications, and the sentences. We remand with instructions to give the defendant written notice of the correct prescriptive period for applying for post-conviction relief within 10 days in the rendition of the opinion and to file written proof in the, man,
What is clear,
they railroaded them. They railroaded them. All right, here we go.
though,
me
is that
see.
he did get that.
The case. On June 29th, 2022, at approximately 7:23 in the morning, Corporal Jeffrey, this is an officer in Louisiana, Jeffrey, whatever, Cars and Sergeant Gallagher of the Citadel Police Department responded to a reported disturbance at a Walmart store. All right, this happened at Walmart. All right. They responded to a reported disturbance at Walmart located in Louisiana. Employees of the Walmart store flagged down Sergeant Gallagher and reported an argument between a male and a female patron. The officers discovered that the source of the disturbance was an argument between a male patron who identified himself as Eddie Smith, the defendant, and a female who identified herself as Regina Clark. The defendant stated that he had a valid Louisiana driver's license under the name given. However, a search did not indicate the issuance of a Louisiana driver's license under the name given by the defendant. Additional efforts to obtain identification from the defendant were unsuccessful. The female stated that she only knew the defendant as Eddie and did not know his last name. While performing a pat-down search, the officers visually observed a checkbook in the defendant's right rear pocket. The checks inside the checkbook bore the name Joel Clifton. The defendant informed the officers that the checkbook belonged to a friend who had left it in the defendant's vehicle. Sergeant Gallagher called the telephone number listed on the checks and spoke with a relative of Joel Clifton. Sorry, it's hard for me to see. The officers further obtained the defendant, and the officers further arrested the defendant and advised him of his Miranda rights.
That life sentence. So on June 29th of 2002 at 7:33 a.m.
Oh, he's reading it. I didn't know that. If I knew he was going to read it, I would have let him read it. All right, because I can't really see it. So let me scroll forward. Let's let him read it. I didn't know he read it.
Are located in Louisiana.
All right, let's go up more. Let's let him read it. That's helping me.
And given by the defendant additional efforts to obtain the license, the female stated that she only knew the defendant as Eddie, did not know his last name. While performing a pat-down search, the officers visually observed a checkbook in the defendant's right rear pocket. The checks inside the checkbook bore the name of Joel Clifton. The defendant informed the officers that the checkbook belonged to a friend who had left in the defendant's vehicle. Sergeant Gallagher called the telephone number listed under the checks and spoke with the relative of
I'd rather read it. I don't like how you read it. Sorry. All right. So defendant, let's go. And the officers further arrested the defendant and advised him of his Miranda rights. Joe Clifton returned the telephone call, the person who was on the checkbooks, to Sergeant Gallagher, and arrangements were made for Clifton to come to the scene and identify his property. At this point, the defendant admitted, the guy that was locked up, he admitted that his name was Edward Lowry and not Eddie Smith. Sergeant Gallagher inspected the outside of the vehicle being used by the subjects. Although the vehicle was a red Pontiac Firebird, an owner's manual for a Ford brand vehicle was inside of the vehicle in plain view. Okay, what does that got to do with anything? All right. Other items that were in plain view in the vehicle included a stereo faceplate and a stereo owner's manual. The manual and faceplate were of a different brand than the stereo installed in the vehicle. When Clifton arrived at the scene, this the owner of the checkbook, he verified that the checkbook found on the defendant was his checkbook that had been reported stolen after his vehicle was burglarized. The female, still known to the officers as Regina Clark, consented to the search of the automobile. A consent to search form was executed. The officers recovered several items that are identified by Clifton as being stolen from his vehicle. Those items included compact disc CDs, a knife, a pocket knife, a medicine bag, a grooming kit, and a dart set. Additional checks belonging to Clifton were also recovered from the vehicle. Let me go up forward. This is crazy. Ain't nothing in this tell me that this man should be getting life in prison. Right? Like nothing in this. They ain't beat up nobody, ain't nobody harmed, you know, and small stuff too. A dart set, a medicine bag, a pocket knife, and CDs, and some checkbooks. Several of the items, additional checks, right. Several of the items located in the vehicle were subsequently identified by Melissa Giglio as having been her property and stolen from her vehicle. I guess this is why they get, so they didn't even catch him robbing the two vehicles. They just got the property. Stuff is old and they just tying it to the two vehicles that he had robbed. Those items included the registration papers for Giglio's vehicle, a cell phone bill, the Panasonic stereo faceplate, and a remote control and manual for the Panasonic stereo. So this man had a radio, a phone bill, a grooming kit, a dart set, CDs, and a pocket knife, and a medicine bag. And he's getting life? Whoa, bro. The officers ultimately determined that there was an outstanding attachment with the St. Tammany Parish Sheriff's Office for the arrest of the defendant. The defendant and the female were placed under arrest. A paycheck stub bearing the name Joe M. Clifton and insurance costs for Clifton's vehicle were located in the female's purse when it was searched. Incident to the arrest. A Louisiana's driver's license bearing the name Regina Clark was also located in the female's purse. Detective, okay, so that's it? The burglary of Giglio's vehicle took place in June 27, 2022, 2 days prior to the instant arrest. All right. Regina, Pamela, during the trial, Afonso admitted to her presence and participating in the burglary. Okay, so Detective Robert Judge, Sheriff's County, conducted a follow-up investigation concerning the burglary of the vehicles. Detective Judge ultimately determined the identity of the female who formerly identified herself Regina Clark to be Pamela Afonso during the trial. So him and his girl, they on drugs. Y'all already know. Probably crackheads, right? That's what it reminds me of. It, sounds like it. But he said coke, so it could be cokeheads, right? They gave them fake names. They was taking stuff out of people's cars. I mean, life, the burglary, the defendant parked next to the vehicle. Okay, this is the Walmart. Let me go up a little. There we go. The burglary of Giglio's vehicle took place 2 days prior to the instant arrest. Giglio was an employee of the Walmart. Oh, so they broke into some Walmart employees because they're in the parking lot. They're in Walmart parking lot trying to get money for crack, probably. More than likely it's crack, right? Because coke is probably crack. Giglio was an employee of the same Walmart in Sedale, and her vehicle was parked in Walmart's parking lot when the burglary took place. Giglio's vehicle was parked on the right side of the Walmart store when the defendant burglarized it. According to the woman's Afonso's trial testimony, the defendant parked next to the vehicle and entered it by sliding the window off the track. Afonso stood at the rear of the vehicle, the woman Giglio's vehicle, and monitored the area while the defendant conducted the burglary of the vehicle. The burglary of Clifton's, his checkbook, and his car took place. The burglary of Clifton's vehicle took place on the next day, June 28th. The burglary occurred at Davis Landing Boat Launch. Clifton began fishing in the area approximately 6 o'clock in the morning. When he returned to his vehicle between 11 and 11:30, he noticed that his vehicle had been broken into. The driver's window had been broken with an unknown object. During the trial, the woman Alfonso stated that she had been drinking a strong alcoholic beverage and she had taken the Valium on the morning of the burglary of Clifton's vehicle. She was, however, able to recall some of the items that were stolen from the vehicle by the defendant. Alfonso also admitted to signing 2 of the checks that were stolen from Clifton's vehicle. She and the defendant took the checks to 2 separate banks and successfully cashed them. The defendant was ultimately charged with and convicted of 2 counts of burglary. Counseled assignment of error number 1. All right, I ain't about to read all that. So anyway, wow. Fruit of a poisonous tree. What is that? What they talking about? Hold on, maybe I do want to see what that said. It says somehow some fruit of a poisonous tree. What are y'all talking about? To check ascertain the keys. Hold on, let me go back a little. What are they talking about? I find in denying the motion to suppress the trial, I find that this was a situation where the officer was there properly, that there had been a report of a disturbance. They reported to the scene. Before the checkbook was even taken from the person of Mr. Lowry, Pamela Alfonso, who identified herself wrongly as Pamela, etc., Clark gave another name as Pamela, confirmed that a disturbance had taken place. Mr. Lowry identified himself as Edward Smith, which was an improper name, and they had checked and I did a valid driver's license and said he did have a valid driver's license. That was checked out by the officer before the point of checkbook, and it did not check out that he had a driver's license of Eddie Smith. He said he had no ID before the point. They had asked Mr. Clark, They were certainly looking into his identity and has certainly not been established. At that point, they saw the checkbook in his pocket and certainly the keys into identity, and they had a logical reason to look into identity, and they had warrant to remove that and to establish a proper identity. After it was removed, then further things came in all the way down to the consent to search, which was totally valid under the circumstances. I don't think there is any question about the under the circumstances in this case. I certainly think that it was a valid search, and I'm going to deny the motion to suppress. They did. Okay, so where was that thing, that statement that I saw about some? I can't find it now. Y'all probably seen it. Caused the investor to stop, inquire about the defendant's activities. The officer has sufficient warrant. Yeah. Okay, lock him up. This had nothing to do with him getting life. All right. I can't find it now. All right, so I'm not about to read all that crap. Maybe I could find it if I go a little further. That word about some unfruitful tree or something. Watch me find it later. All right. Presentive. All right, so let me go forward. All right, so let me see what he's
Second count. The record does not include a rearrangement after the second count was added.
Oh, he reading all
However,
that.
the defendant's appeal brief states that the defendant entered a not guilty plea to the admissibility.
Let me go forward.
I don't know. I mean, it seems not even clarity on his initial sentence. I don't know. I mean, I'm quite confused. I think as everyone still is. Over here on this appeal, it says that he was charged with 2 counts of simple burglary.
Mm-hmm.
He entered a plea of not guilty. He wanted to suppress evidence. They didn't. After trial, the jury defendant was found guilty. I think the jury had any idea that they could sentence him to life. The state filed a multiple offender bill. Subsequently, they filed a multiple offender bill. He was adjudicated, it says here, 4th.
So the jury did not know that they were going to come back and give him life. The jury would have never did that. Like juries, they would have never gave that man life for nothing like that. So they gave him, he blew the trial. They gave him the 12 years, but then they came back and subsequently gave him that habitual offender.
As to one count, as a fourth felony offender, the defendant was sentenced to life imprisonment and hardly without the benefit of parole. Louisiana, you can't make this stuff up. How can you send this man to life? And you know what? The reason he has a chance of parole is because it's Act 122, which is what Act 122 you would say is, yes, that is Act 122. And the irony of it is that the parole project somehow couldn't even show up to his hearing. I know they say his address was wrong, his attorney, this guy just seems to be getting screwed by his attorneys over and over or something like that. But this is the poster child for the Louisiana Parole Project, yet we see them handling the worst of the worst of the worst. And this is what Act 122 was written for, but sadly, we don't see a lot of cases that you feel good about Act 122. I mean, he's really been he's serving 20 years on really stealing a bunch of stuff from a car. It's nuts. I don't have any record of having violent history, don't have any record of sexual assault, don't have any record of that, but still the state wanted so desperately to lock him up for life. And what is so disturbing,
And that's the key. There is no history of him having no sexual assaults, no harming anyone, no nothing. He has no record of any of that. And they lock him up for life. For life. And go to sleep at night. This world is so dark. Your children, yourself. Be very careful out there, children of the Most High. Please be very careful. These serpents out there, this whole system, and these people, and this is supposed to be the justice system.
about this is we have seen over and over and over and over how even at the same date of his sentencing, it's nothing to do with where they don't care about children. And it just blows one's mind. But
Yes, that they don't care about children because he said he has a son and now his son is grown. Because his son was probably little when he went to prison 20 years ago. And they don't care. Before I show the next clip, I want to come back and see y'all. Let me stop share. The reality of this video is so relevant. I hope this clip was from, I seen the brother said it was last year. I hope that man is out. We don't know. There's so much injustice. Okay, there's so much injustice, right? Even if you commit a crime, you're supposed to have the right to serve your sentence, pay your debt to society, and strive again. But inside, you have officers committing crimes. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. I'm going to share on this channel where I seen these officers. I saw it. Eyewitness. I seen them beat this brother named Mickey. I'm going to share the story on this channel one time. He was a Hispanic brother. They beat Mickey. Mickey was so cool. He was from Harlem. He was in jail in Strong Island, Nassau County Jail. I lived in Strong Island in Nassau County, Hempstead, Strong Island. And our jail, they called it Nazi County because it was ran by racist white correctional officers. And then some of the blacks, they would form like a blue code, like a gang. And because blacks was doing it too. I've seen it. They took them out. I don't want to give the story away because I'm going to tell it on this channel. But they did this to Mickey, and Mickey was so cool. He was a poppy from uptown. And, you know, Mickey was one. He would get weed, and he would get his mommy's his wife. He was older, so Mickey was probably like, because back then I was young, so Mickey was probably in his like 35, 37. I was in my 20s, right? He was like a little older. Poppy Smooth, you know, Puerto Rock. We used to call him Puerto Rock, Puerto Rican hard rock, but he was cool. He was smooth, right? From Uptown. He's like, man, when I get out of here, I ain't never coming out here again. This jail is not okay. Mickey was like, I need to be in Rikers because this is slavery in here. This Nazi county, I'm out of here, right? That's what I said. You don't want to mess around Strong Island and go to jail. At least not Nassau County. You want to skip over and go out there where Rakim and them from. You don't want to do no crime, but I'm just saying. So anyway, I got a video. My first video on this channel was about Nazi County Jail. The first video. If you want to go there, not live, the video, go watch the first video. It's about Nazi County Jail. Now, anyway, so Mickey was so cool. So whenever Mickey would get his visits from his girls, come from his wife and his kids, because he was older, so he had kids that were 20 or something. They would come visit him, and Mickey, when his wife would come and hit him off with weed, he would just give weeds out to he just joints. Mickey was cool. He was just a cool Puerto Rock, smooth, you know, little pretty boy and everything. He was smooth, older. And they beat Mickey almost to death because of his wife was pretty. I mean, I'm not going to share the story because I don't want to give it away. But what they did to Mickey broke my heart, bro. He was so good. He was such a cool, calm, nice person. And they beat him to almost death because his wife was beautiful. It broke my heart, bro. For real, for real. Jail and prison is not nothing to play with. And I'm going to share that story. When I share that story, it's not okay. And it was black people doing it too. I seen, man, what they did to him. I'm going to show another video so we can make it a little lighter before we're going to end out. It's short. It's just to lighten the mood. It's nothing to play with in jail and prison. That's what this channel is for. 25 to Life Testimony TV. Y'all know we don't glorify. I tell the true life examples so maybe I could deter someone else. And even if I can tell some advice that if you find yourself incarcerated, you know, some of the things that some jail protocols and prison protocols and etiquette and things you need to do and look out for, because there's a lot of predators, right? They want to take your everything from you, your properties, even your manhood if you're in the wrong circumstance. And you got officers that set that up, and some of them will even want to take your manhood. It's disgusting, bro. It's a bunch of criminals. Even the officers in there be criminals. Now you do have a few righteous officers. I never want to blanket everything, because I was incarcerated, and I was so thankful for when we had a righteous officer, correction officer. He treated us like we were human beings. I don't understand those. I just don't get it. It's just dark. We send a prayer out for that brother Dowie. If it's in the Most High will, hopefully he's released to society, and hopefully he makes it through all of, because now he got life parole. So for the even if he goes home, for the rest of his life, he's still in the system. And they could, now what y'all got to understand with that life parole, if he messes up, he goes back for life. And I don't even think they give him another chance or something like that. So he got to spend the rest of his life on eggshells. And he can't even just stay home because they want him to go to this program, go to that program, do this. They want you to, because I would say just stay in the house. Like I said, I would have took care of him. I'd be like, Uncle Eddie, just stay in the house, right? Go out with me, you know, just live your life, bro. You don't got to work. I'll take care of you. I'll take care of you. And when you go out with me, and you can enjoy yourself. We go to the beach and let you enjoy life, man. But they won't let him because he got to go to all these programs. He got to go out, and you can get in trouble. No, he can't leave to another country. He can't do nothing. He's stuck for life. It's that life sentence is no joke. And they treat you like, understand something, the parole, they treat you like crap, bro. They treat you like they want to do something, especially when they know you got life over it. They'll do things to you to provoke you and try to, you get the wrong. That's why I'm going to pray that the Most High allows him to have the right drug program counselors, righteous parole officers, righteous, may he, if in the Most High's will, may he not have to suffer injustice anymore, because all they did was serve him injustice, and he's still not free. I thought he was going to go free. I thought the story ended. I was saying it was sad because I knew that he got life for robbing a car, but I honestly thought he was going free. I thought we was going to be like, yay, you know? It's not. All right. This next clip, and we're going to close out with this. There are some people who should stay in prison. Yeah, I swear this is a generational curse, Larry. Y'all. I was going to say it, but I know most people that watch this channel won't understand what that is. I was going to say that back then. That is a straight generational curse, because you can see he's not even negative. You could see you could tell he's a good person. It's a straight generational curse. I was thinking that when it was playing, I was like, man, your ancestors did something bad, bro. Really bad. But I know most people on this channel won't understand what that is for the other people who watch this. All right? Yes. Yeah, they can do anything to mess them up and write them up and send them back. You get the wrong officer, bro. It's over. And some people have blood in their mouth, meaning they want to destroy your life. It's like it gives them a power trip. Like, yeah, you got life, and I can send you, because that's what they'll say to you. I could send you back to jail for the rest of your life. Do you know that? And you got to sit there and be like, yes. Right? It's like a setup for failure, a setup to be destroyed. Now, we're going to show this next clip. And this next clip, we're going to discern I've been incarcerated, and I've seen people who you might not want them released into society, right? Like, I don't think they're ready yet. We're going to show this next clip, and I want to see what y'all say worldwide. Do you think this brother is ready for society to be released? Copyright disclaimers are in effect. We do not own the rights to this clip. Crap, I gotta tinkle really fast. That sucks. I wanted to get into the clip, but I don't want to have to hold it for this whole thing. So let me see, what can I do? I can do this really quick. Give me 1 second. Present, share screen. I could do something really fast. Well, maybe I could just hold it for this clip. Nah, I don't want to. I've been holding it for a while. That's not cool. All right, for me. All right. That usually doesn't happen, but I didn't do it before we started because I was starting late, so I usually use the bathroom before we start. All right, so let me do this really quick. Bang. I'm going to go here. Bang. Bang, bang, bang. Right there. Bang. And then I'm going to go. I might as well do this one. I might as well do this one. Bang. I'm going to pull that up here. Bang. And this one is going to be good. So y'all hang in there. Y'all going to enjoy this one. I like this one is a trip. I'm like, we might as well end on something really good and not sad. Right? So, bang. All right. So, this right here is a song for me, and it kind of explains some of the stuff, the environment that we're born into that can get us in some trouble. It's called Ghetto Life.
I've been swimming in this ghetto life. I've been living in these
2005.
ghetto streets. Inside, got a better life. Hey,
Yo, him. Yo, Joey Mecca. Yo, this one's personal to me right here. This shit is the truth. Hip-hop needs some real truth right now. You feel me? I really seriously think hip-hop needs me right now. All these clown rappers, all this make-believe. Y'all ride with me. I took 2 texts when I'm in irony of the street. Then go beat Lex and tell him why I'm in all this heat. It seems to be a thing that we born within this ghetto. A hot jump shot, a book of rhymes, all this metal. It's a defeatist attitude developed in high school. While those with stable homes look on like they the wombs. So brothers be like, fuck it, that's the motto of the hood. Well, y'all apply to college, our projects is where it's wood. I'm living in this trap, only fact I got my gap. Now I'm all strapped up, and little Chuck got it tucked. And we load these, spitting that breeze over weeds. And reload knees, shooting at leaves, toking trees. I violate beer, I drink up on it like it's water. My mind ain't clear, I'm working on it cause my daughter. My life ain't fair, my mama left when I was 1. She's out in Bed-Stuy, I'm on the island in the slums. It ain't my fault, society made me to a thug. In the 90s is grimy, 2000s is blooded up. And low crip too, it's cause of family that is blue. And no blood red, so many dead that is said. The funeral homes is forcing plenty orphans flipping coffins. While Drug Man Dan is at the orphanage giving orphans. And y'all blame us while Judge Benson's giving sentences. Out there ain't us, we in the system getting fenced in. And y'all blame us.
I'm swimming in this ghetto life. And I'm living in this ghetto street. System got me living that life. And you caught me when I can't dream. It's gotta be a better way to die. It's gotta be a better way to be. Now I gotta be a friend tonight. It's gotta be the one to make you.
Y'all close your eyes, envision drastic being stabbed. Imagine Joe hanging in the back of Linden Ave. Imagine Wild Man up in heaven having a fight. And Shaheem the God is telling court to keep it light. Imagine True Indeed and J Thug is alright. Dressing in all red up in heaven, blood tight. News demo and country, so much time it ain't hype. And 15-year-old Scully getting 25 to life. This is my life, my cousin Chase is Brooklyn's ace. Be up on gates with 38s in the skates. And all my life, my cousin Wise sticking guys. All on the heights with 45s on the sides.
It's sort of regrettable the way the court batter us. It's sort of regrettable the way the courts batter us. I'm talking about the court system. So brothers be like, F it, that's the motto of the hood. Talking about the court system. It's sort of regrettable the way the courts batter us. It's sort of regrettable the way the court systems batter us. It's talking about the environment that we're born into and the system.
45s on the sides. It's sort of incredible the way I thought pattern does. It's sort of regrettable the way the courts batter us. So brothers be like, fuck it, that's the motto of the hood. While y'all excel in college, our job six is where it's wood. My father, he bailed, my mama left when I was a baby. I turned God body when I was 12, that's what saved me. By age 14, I bought my first whip machine. Trues and dollar bills, my new Impala wheels. And oh my God, I was at Visa making sales. And oh Rashawn, I run these streets like frickin' jails. I'm from Hempstead, what the fuck, you can't tell?
Pardon the language. I gotta take the curses out of that song. My bad. I made that back in 2005 when I was Luciano. So pardon the cusses. But yeah, I talk about the system in the song. The system's got me living metal life, and they pop me when I dare to breathe. Gotta be a better way to life. Gotta be a better way to be. All right. Stop sharing. All right. Thank y'all for letting me go use the bathroom. Now, Shalom, Mayabayan. Now, this next clip, copyright disclaimers. So, again, we're about to see, we're going to assess, do we think that this Oh, thank you, my Yaha. Yeah, I think I announced it, but yeah, shout out to my Yaha. We live on with 25. This was an interesting one. So here we go, my Yaha. This is a question for you too, and everybody. Should this brother be released back in society? Now, he's going to the parole board. It's a quick clip. So this brother is going in front of the parole board, and we're going to see what we think. If should he be released back in society? All right, present, share screen. Where is it? I don't see him. Give me a second. Oh, it's in the clip. I put it at the end of this clip. Okay, here we go. Share. I'm gonna make it full screen again. That's full screen, I think. Yeah. Let me see if touch it again. Yeah, that was full screen. All right, here we go. Copyright disclaimers. Now this
I'm ready
brother,
to conclude the hearing. Thank you for your time today.
all right. So this brother is in front of the parole board. That's the parole board. And we're gonna discuss as a family. Do we think he ready to be released into society? Here we go. Oh, I went back too far. Give me a second. Go back. There we go. Here we go.
I'm ready to conclude the hearing. Thank you for your time today.
Can I let you hear my rap song, please?
How long is it?
The one verse in the chorus.
It's about
It's about prison.
it's about
Y'all say he looks ready. Yeah. He looked ready to be released back into society. First of all, he got a lot of stuff on his neck. I'm like, what is this stuff on his neck? No disrespect. If it's really short. It's only like a minute long. Right? Oh, she's saying the parole officer. Now this the thing. He at his parole hearing to try to get released back into society, and he asked the parole officer, the parole board. This is the parole board. Oh, Laurier said he looks ready for the parole. He asked the parole board, could I tell y'all my rap song? Now, right there, see, even young Tony said I was not expecting him to say that. Now, right there off the rip, everybody, listen clearly. That right there lets me know, let's say if I was on the parole, if I had a job as a parole committee, I would like that job because you need more righteous people in that position, right? Who can clearly have empathy, compassion, and understanding, and they're not evil and wicked. So I would love to be in a position that I can help someone who actually need it, but I'll also be able to discern when somebody ain't really ready, right? So the fact that I'm sitting there, this is what I would have told the young brother. I would have said, excuse me, before you give me your rap song, what in your mind could possibly make you think that this is the time for me to hear your rap song, bro? Like literally, unless you're going to have a rap song that's saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm sorry. Okay, I don't know. He said you got your Gainesville swamp gear on tonight. Yeah. I'm sorry that I don't know the whole fact that you think that this is appropriate place to give me a rap song lets me know. That's why I would tell him that you are not ready to go home for society. That right there off the rip is red flag season of all. If you ever put up a red flag, it's the fact that you think that you about to rap to me at this parole hearing. All right, now let's go. I'm gonna let it play. I'm not going to interrupt him no more. Let's let him play. Let's let the brother. I want to hear his rap song. This better be a good one, right, guys? I know y'all like this better be the best rap song in the history of rap songs. All right, here we go. All right,
I'm ready to conclude the hearing. Thank you for your time today.
Can I let you hear my rap song, please?
How long is it?
The one verse in the chorus.
It's about
It's about prison.
It's about prison.
Yeah.
Well, we only have about a minute left.
I say,
All right.
I just want to go back home. Let me out of jail, prone not to make a wrong. Freedom is priceless without its ill. Baby, you my candy rain. I'm so for real, for real. I just want to sit in myself, feeling hella stressed out. Wonder when I'm gonna roll up the day I dress out. Experience opened my mind, taught me different values. I got a diploma, my pop told me, son, I'm proud of you. Achieve no grievance, considering my own life. Gain one to lose one, that's part of the sacrifice. Kid on the swing like I got pushed to better heights. Goes ahead, I see him good like farsighted. All I gotta do is stay committed and be patient. Whitney Houston, exhale, that's what I've been waiting. Yeah, you get it, like it don't take no rocket scientist. I could tell you bugging and wigging psychiatrist. Without my ladies, I ain't whole, she my better half. Our story ain't complete. Yeah, like I lost a lot of good years, it's hurt me. But like the good year tire, I'm like, won't you go back home? Go back.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Davis.
Yes, sir. God bless you.
All right. We'll go ahead and conclude.
Go back home. Go back home. Go.
Oh no, I didn't put that beat there. I would have put a better beat. Whoever made this clip put that beat there. Dude, y'all, we gonna put that back again. Just we gonna put that back again. Cause y'all said that's fire. He said, "Go back home, go back home." He said like Whitney Houston. So I'm gonna put it back because I want to hear his lyrics. We about to break down his lyrics. Okay, now I would have put definitely a better beat, and I would have made the beat match his lyrics if I would have did it, right? But his hook said, "I just want to go back home." I know you was trolling. He said, "I just want to go back home," and then he stood up. Oh, when he said Whitney Houston to exhale, and then he said, and then he got up. He knew he was going back home to jail. You going right back to your prison home. You got to be kidding me. He stood up and said, "Thank you very much. God bless you. Go back home." He said, "Yo," he said, "Can I show you my rap?" See, young Tony, young Aliyah, he can't get over the fact that he said, "Can I show you my rap?" Yo, Abriya, right off the rip, he said, "Candy Rain, I'm so for real." He got his bars are crazy. All right, we got to rewind that back. That's what I said. I ain't about to end this one on the sad note for the other brother. We said a prayer for the other brother. Hopefully he get home. All right. This clip right here, that's what I said. I got a new thing I'm gonna be doing. We're gonna be doing sometime, guys, where we're gonna be having some of these yo, these things are, we gonna have a good time. That's why I was like, oh, thank you, y'all, for giving me this other space to fill in when I don't feel like telling a story, because those stories are draining to me. I got a lot more stuff to tell, but they're very draining. So we can kind of enjoy ourselves as we go through this stuff. Okay, now listen to this. Let's go back. I gotta hear this rap. He said, "I just want to go back home." He want to go back home. All right, I want to see what he said. All right, here we go.
I'm ready to conclude the hearing. Thank you for your time today.
Can I let you hear my rap song, please?
How long is it?
The one verse and the chorus.
Is it about?
It's about prison.
Yo, his look around. I don't want to try to judge people by their looks, but I don't know, man. It's just something. His look around, he just looked crazy. He looked something ain't right. The fact that you want to rap to me at this parole hearing, don't let me know, and then his whole, at the end, the parole board's expression was priceless too. But that look around, I'm like, bro, and I got some stuff that's gonna be crazy too. We gonna be going through some things on here. Okay? He said, he looked around like, "What you think it's about exactly?" He's like, "I want to go back home." All right, so here we go. Let's go. I want to see his look around again. Just give me one more time. His look around was everything. Yeah, hopefully I can get it go back just a little bit. I love his song, "Go Back Home." They're going to have me walk around singing, "I want to go back home."
It's about prison.
It's about prison?
Yeah.
Well, we only have,
Here we go.
how long is it?
The one verse and the chorus.
Is it about?
It's about prison.
It's about prison.
Yeah.
Well, we only have about a minute left.
I say,
All right.
I just want to go back home. Let me out of jail, prone not to make a wrong. Freedom is priceless without its ill. Baby, you my candy rain. I'm so for real, for real. I just want to sit in myself, feeling hella stressed out. Wonder when I'm gonna roll up the day I dress out. Experience opened my mind, taught me different values. I got a diploma, my pop told me, son, I'm proud of you. Achieve no grievance.
He got his diploma. He said, I got my diploma. My pop said, son, I'm proud of you. Okay. He said, just one verse in the chorus. That's it. Just one verse in the chorus. Okay. And he's so serious. That's what makes it so crazy how serious he is. He's definitely serious, right? He said the Candy Rain one. I couldn't catch what he said at the beginning. I couldn't catch that one. If someone could catch what he said at the beginning, I couldn't catch what he was saying. He said something.
I dress out, experience open.
I know about dressing out. Dressing out means when he see his orange gel clothes, when he put on his regular street clothes to leave, when he going back home, he's dressing out. But there's something he said at the first verse I couldn't catch. I'm gonna see if one of y'all can catch it. This part is a little fun, so we might as well just.
And I'm so for real, for real. I just want to sit in myself, one verse in the chorus.
It's about.
All right, this part.
It's about prison.
It's about prison.
When he look
Yeah.
around.
Well, we only have about a minute left.
I say,
All right.
I just want to go back home. Let me out of jail, prone not to make a wrong.
Let me out of jail. Something, poem not to make a wrong. I don't understand it. Let me out of jail, poem not to make a wrong. I don't know, but let me see.
Freedom is priceless without its ill, baby.
Freedom is priceless without his what? Without his, I don't know. Maybe y'all can figure that one out. Freedom is priceless without his something. Okay. Oh my goodness. About y'all saying he looked around, his look around was wild. He wanted to see if anybody was gonna laugh. He might have had a diss bar for them facts. He might have had some smoke. He looked around. Let me explain. Now I don't mean to misjudge this brother, because he could be a good brother. But there's a discernment that you get, especially being incarcerated and stuff around dangerous people, that when a person looks and stuff like that, when they're really calm, can you imagine him angry? Right? Can you imagine him like going, like, that's the part I'm talking about. I'm like, if this is the spirit I get off you when you calm and everything, I don't want to see you angry. Okay? I'm definitely not trying to see him angry, because he already looked crazy as all outdoors. Right? All right, here we go.
Let me out of jail, prone not to make a wrong. Freedom is priceless without its ill, baby.
He said freedom is priceless without his what? Without his ill. I don't know. I guess this is mumble rap. That's his mumble part of the rap. Freedom is priceless without his ill. Without his what? I don't even know what word fits there. I'm like, without its what? Oh my goodness. All right, let's continue. That's why I said we gotta break this rap down. I'm like, we gotta end this with a good time. All right, here we go. Freedom is priceless without his yeah. Y'all said this is mumble rap. He had to add his mumbles in, huh? All right. Young Aliyah said, I think he said prone to make a wrong. Yeah, he did say that. I think, let me see.
I just want to go back home. Let me out of jail, prone not to make a wrong.
Yeah. Oh, let me out of jail. I'm prone not to make a wrong. Good one, young Aliyah. Good job. That's it. He said, let me out of jail. I'm prone not to make it wrong, not to make a wrong. Good job. And priceless with all this hell. Double high. Come on. See, we need young Aliyah. He understood the mumble part. All right, let's go back now. Let me see. And priceless with all this hell. Okay, let me see. This good stuff. That's why we got to do this together. Come on.
I just want to go back home. Let me out of jail, prone not to make a wrong. Freedom is priceless without its ill. Baby, you my candy rain. I'm so for real, for real. I just want to sit in my
freedom is priceless without its hell. Baby, you my candy rain. You're so for real, for real. This dude is great. Go ahead, boy. He said Candy Rain. He must have been listening to Soul for Real and Joe. He's too young to even know what Soul for Real Candy Rain is, but you know the music. All right, hold on. We might need you to decipher some more, young Eliyahu. I think it's some more mumbles that I ain't understand.
And I'm so for real, for real. I just want to sit in myself, feeling hella stressed out. Wonder when I'm gonna roll up the day I dress out. Experience opened my mind, taught me different values. I got a diploma, my pop told me, son, I'm proud of you. Achieve no grievance, considering my own life. Gain one to lose one, that's part of the sacrifice. Kid on the swing like I got pushed to better heights. Goes ahead, I see him.
That was kind of dope. He said a kid on the swing like I got pushed to better heights. That was kind of dope bars. He got some dope little bars in there. His delivery ain't that tight, right? His delivery ain't that tight, but he got some dope bars. Let me see. He might be a ghostwriter.
Good like Farsight, all I gotta do.
He said good like Farsight. Hold on, let me go back a little. He got some bars.
Of the sacrifice, kid on the swing like I got pushed to better heights. Goes ahead, I see him good like Farsight. All I gotta do.
He got goals ahead. I see him clear like Farsight. Go ahead. He got some bars. Let's go. His delivery is just horrible. Let's see.
Stay committed and be patient. We need.
Hold on, let me. Here's his Whitney Houston bar. Hold on, let's see. He got some entendres and bars. He got euphemisms.
Got pushed to better heights.
Hold on. Larry, y'all said, does he got an apple in his hand? What is that in his hand? Oh, you can't. I'm so good. I knew we was gonna end this with a laugh. That's why I did this. I'm like, we gotta end this with a laugh, right? Is that an apple in his hand? As soon as you said that, I'm like, I thought it might have been like a rag or something, but it did look like an apple. Hold on. Hold on. Please tell me this fool ain't rapping with an apple in his hand. Look. I don't know what that is. It looked like an apple. I don't know what that is, but he definitely holding on to it. He ain't dropping it nothing, right? I'm like, yo, listen, do he got his lunch? So they let him come in there. They don't let you come in there with food. They probably scared of this fool. Y'all have no idea what he might be. Like certain CEOs, they be looking like this dude through them glasses. One of his eye looked like it was going to the left and all that. No disrespect to nobody with lazy eyes and all that. But when he looked around, one eye went over here, the other one went over there. He got the glasses. He looked around like this dude looked like. He said, "That's an apple for the parole boy." Yo, that apple is crazy. That is definitely crazy. All right, hold on. I knew we was gonna have fun with this one. And we're gonna have fun with some other stuff too. I got some crazy stuff. We're gonna enjoy ourselves with some of these clips. All right, so let me go back. Let me just decipher his lyrics first.
The day I dress out, experience opened my mind, taught me different values. I got a diploma, my pop told me, son, I'm proud of you. Achieve no grievance, considering my own life. Gain one to lose one, that's part of the sacrifice. Kid on the.
But the way he got it cuffed. Y'all see how he had the apple cuffed? He got, yo, that's some jail stuff, just so y'all know. That is definitely jail etiquette. He got the apple cuffed, and he just like, but it looked like he didn't have it before. Did he pick it up? Hold on. We got to see this. Did he pick it up? Because let me see from the beginning.
Experience.
Look, ain't no apple in his hand right there. Ain't no apple right there, guys. He somehow, as he was rapping, scooped it up off the table. He got. Yo, you can't make this one up. I didn't even know I knew we was gonna laugh at his rhyme, and I just want to go back home and all that. But this apple thing is straight. That's diabolical. Is that y'all know everybody love this diabolical stuff. Is that diabolical, guys? The way he scooped up that apple was diabolical. All right, hold on. Let's see when he scooped. I'm going to get back to the lyrics. We just got to stay with this apple for a second. Let's see when he scooped the apple. I got to see when he actually scooped the apple because it's not in his hand right here. Let's go.
Man taught me different values. I got a diploma, my pop told me, son.
How did that happen? That was some magic right there. That was magic. Hold on. How did that? He just went down. He said, "My pops," and it didn't cut. The thing didn't cut. That's straight diabolical. That's real diabolical. Let me see. Let me try to make my screen bigger because I need to see. Hold on.
The day I dress out, experience opened my mind, taught me different values. I got a diploma, my pop told me, son, I'm proud of you. Achieve no grievance, considering my own life. Gain one to lose.
I don't know, guys, but it's just there now. It popped up. I don't know if this is Adam and Eve in the garden. I don't know what kind of diabolical serpent apple he just popped up with. All right, so let me go back to his lyrics. Let me go back to breaking down the lyrics. Well, only Laria saw that apple. That's the Bronx Bomber. Only Laria. She saw that apple. I didn't even see it. In fact, I actually thought it was a bandana, and I was wondering too. I'm like, how did he get a bandana? They let him carry a bandana in there. I didn't even see it's a whole shiny apple. All right, so let me decipher the lyrics. Let me get back.
Let me out of jail, prone not to make a wrong. Freedom is priceless, without is ill. Baby, you my candy rain. I'm so for real, for real. I just want to sit in myself, feeling hella stressed out. Wonder when I'm gonna roll up the day I dress out. Experience opened my mind, taught me different values. I got a diploma, my pop told me, son, I'm proud of you. Achieve no grievance, considering my own life. Gain one to lose one, that's part of the sacrifice. Kid on the swing like I got pushed to better heights. Goes ahead, I see him good like farsighted. All I gotta do is stay committed and be patient. Whitney Houston, exhale, that's what I've been waiting. Yeah, you.
All I gotta do is stay committed and be patient. Whitney Houston, exhale. Yeah, that's what I've been wasting. I guess he been wasting his breath, exhaling. He got some, he trying to have some lyrics. Let me see. Oh, I'm down in the corner. I didn't know I was down in the corner. Okay, I'm not even in the way. I was about to say, where am I at? Am I on screen? I am. I'm down in the corner. Peekaboo. I didn't even know it because I see the other screen. I don't even see what y'all see. All right, so I ain't in the way. All right, so he said Whitney Houston exhale. That's what he been wasting. He been wasting his breath. Okay, let's go. Let's go. The lyrics.
Good like farsighted. All I gotta do is stay committed and be patient. Whitney Houston, exhale, that's what I've been waiting. Yeah, you get it, like it don't take no rocket scientist. I could tell you bugging and wigging psychiatrist without.
He said, yeah, you get it. It don't take no rocket scientist. I could tell you bugging, you wicked scientist. Who you talking to? Are you calling the parole? Oh my goodness. That is hilarious. Let me see. What is he saying? Hold on. Who are you talking to?
Get it, like it don't take no rocket scientist. I could tell you bugging and wigging psychiatrist without.
I can tell you bugging and wigging psychiatrist. I wonder who he talking to. I would parole, but I was like, is you talking to us? Hold on.
All I gotta do is stay committed and be patient. Whitney Houston, exhale, that's what I've been waiting. Yeah, you get it, like it don't take no rocket scientist. I could tell you bugging and wigging psychiatrist. Without my ladies, I ain't whole, she my better half. Our story ain't complete, like I lost a lot of good years.
He said, without my lady, I ain't whole, she my better half. Go ahead, he meant that one. Y'all know he meant that one. He said, without my lady, I ain't whole, she my better half. Go ahead, brother. I guess his girl holding him down in there. Shout out to the girl holding him down.
Oh, she my better half. Our story ain't complete, like I lost a lot.
Oh, Hakiyama said he talking to those psychiatrists that got him in. He looked like he going there in the hospital prison. And that's it. That's exactly you rapping into those wicked psychiatrists that they going in to see. Because no disrespect, maybe he not. I don't want to bear false accuse, bear false witness. But the way he looked around, I don't know, I just get like crazy energy off him, though, real talk. That's why I say I don't want to see him mad. Facts. That's in jail. You be careful. Like it's certain, like in jail, literally in prison and stuff, you have to be really attuned to certain people's their energies and stuff, right? And you treat them a certain way. Like you can see when someone not playing with a whole full deck, you know what I mean? And it's like, yo, listen, stop, bro, because you don't want to push what's your name off the edge, right? I'll be telling, listen to his rap. Because they'd be the type. The funny thing in prison, because the same personality I have with y'all as Unc, I have that everywhere I go. So people are drawn to me, and I'm patient. So he'll be type that'll be, wanting to rap to me, like yo, Unc, I got it. And I'll be telling somebody, no, go say it to him, right? I'll be like, yo, go listen to his rap, right? That's how I be. I'll be like, nah. go listen to it. Be like, come on, Rob. Well, I used to be Rashawn back in the world, right? This how this in prison jail. They be like, come on, Rob. Like, man, go listen to his rap. You know he crazy. You know he just listen, man. I'd be like, yo, whatever his name. I'd be like, yo, DD. He'd be like, yo. I'd be like, one bar and one chorus. He'd be like, but I got no. One bar and one chorus. But all right. Now go listen to his rap. One bar and one chorus. Just listen, because you know he crazy. We don't want him spazzing out. Because if he spaz out, then the CO's gonna come. Then they might do a what's the name? I forgot what it's called now. Dag, I've been gone for so long. I'm glad I forgot what it's called. But they might do a what's the name where they lock our whole bunk down and search all our beds and catch our contraband. I got books and cereals. I got a library. I'm like, Lou, no. You know, people be having weed. I was like, go listen to his rap. Go over there and listen to his rap right now. Right? Because he just wrote a new rap. I just want to go back home. He be like, I'll be like, listen, bro. Yeah, shake down. Thank you. They going to shake the whole dorm down. Thank you, Hagiyama. No, we're not. Because you know he going to spaz out. Ain't nobody listen to his rap. Listen, you know, he been to cut somebody over there. He been to bit somebody. Go listen to his rap. He just want to go back home. All right? But y'all said as soon as he got that apple, he closed his eyes and got into his own flow. That's when he started killing it. When he picked up that apple. All right, let me catch the last part of his bars.
This part of the sacrifice, kid on the swing like I got pushed to better heights. Goes ahead, I see him good like farsighted. All I gotta do is stay committed and be patient. Whitney Houston, exhale, that's what I've been waiting. Yeah, you get it, like it don't take no rocket scientist. I could tell you bugging and wigging psychiatrist. Without my ladies, I ain't whole, she my better half. Our story ain't complete. Like I lost a lot of good years, it's hurt me. But like the good year tire, I'm like, warranty. Go back.
Hold on. There was a lot he said. He was, Yaha, he was jabbing at the psychiatrist. He had smoke for those psychiatrists. He don't like the psychiatrists. He said, you wicked psychiatrist. He don't like the psychiatrists. They listen, he had smoke for them. Psychiatrists. Hold on. Let me go back a little more. See, that's how you decipher people's. Oh, the apple gone again? Hold on. Hold on. Akiyama said, this sound like the book of Adam in the cave of treasures. I just want to go back home. Hold on.
Exhale, that's what I've been waiting. Yeah, you get it, like it don't take no rocket scientist.
He's talking to psychiatrists. He said, yeah, you get it? It don't take no rocket scientist. You wicked psychiatrist. He definitely venting right there. Hold on. Oh, I love stuff like this.
All I gotta do is stay committed and be patient. Whitney Houston, exhale, that's what I've been waiting. Yeah, you get it, like it don't take no rocket scientist. I could tell you bugging and wigging psychiatrist. Without my ladies, I ain't whole, she my better half. Our story ain't complete. Like I lost a lot of good years, it's hurt me.
He said, our story, without my girl, she my better half. Our story ain't complete. I lost a lot of years. Yeah, it hurt me. All right.
Like the good year tire, I'm like, warranty. Go.
He said, like the good. His bars, boy, his bars. He said, like the good year tire, I'm like, warranty. His bars. And the funny thing is, that's why I said his flow. Like I would say, all right, listen, whatever his, I wish I knew his name. Because I'm the type that would be talking to him in prison. Honestly, that's how I am. Like I was always like this. I was always up. Right? I'll always be talking and they like me. They'll be ready to spaz out, but they'll come over and sit down and talk to me. And I'll let them sit down on the bed and everything. And I'll be saying, all right, this is what you gotta do. You gotta work on your flow. He'd be like, but Unc, I got the bars, but you gotta work on the flow, bro. You gotta, right? I said, see how you ended that last line? You didn't complete it. You just went into the chorus. You just said, but I'm like a good year tired. I want to go back. Like you gotta, every line gotta be intentional and crystal clear, right? I give them something to work on. Because in jail, guys, you gotta have things to work on. You gotta have goals. I'll be like, all right, now go ahead, get tight. And then with that coaching, over time, he'll get good. He'll get tight and be spitting. But it gives them things to do. You know what I mean? Abiyase, that's because he ain't have his apple. Hold on. Let's see.
Incomplete, like I lost a lot of good years, it's hurt me.
So he put the, I'm gonna go back to see when he put the apple down, but let me catch this last bar.
To exhale, that's what I've been waiting.
Right there.
Yeah, you get it, like it don't take no rocket scientist. I could tell you bugging and wigging psychiatrist. Without my ladies, I ain't hold.
Oh, he put it down with the psychiatrist. He was mad at the, he put his apple down. He was pissed. He said, without the wicked psychiatrist, he put the apple down. Now he like, go ahead.
My bad, I have. Our story ain't complete. Like I lost a lot of good years, it's hurt me. But like the Goodyear tire, I'm like warranty. Go back home.
He said, but like the Goodyear tire, I'm life warranty. Go back home. And then he stopped and looked at them. You see that look? There's something wrong. No disrespect. I'm an elder. I understand psychology and psychiatry and human nature. And yeah, this brother ain't nothing to play with if wronged, more than likely. You see how he stopped and looked? And then he said, go back home. That part kills me. He just said, he finished his bar and he said, go back home, and then looked up at them like, I did it. Y'all got my rap. He don't even care about going home. That he know he is not going home on parole. I thought he like, I don't care how this went. I want y'all to hear my rap. That's all he care about. She said that's that no apple look. Oh my goodness, this was crazy. All right, let's let him do his last bar and then let it close out. Yes, that's the thing, Maya. They will give you him as a cellmate. And that's when I got to, and you can't do it right away because you don't want to offend him and make him think you don't want him as a cellmate. So it's a method to it, right? I would be like, oh my goodness. And I could see people laughing at me too. My boys like, oh, they went in, they used to call me, Unc. Let me see. They went in Unc cell. I'd be like, oh no. And then I got to find a way to try to get them out of there, right? I'm sorry, bro, but you got to pack it. You're not about to be rapping to me. You're not about to be looking at me crazy. I'm not about to be sleeping in the cell. I don't know. You might be, having fits when you wake. Like, All right, let me go back and let's close out. He said, go back home. I like the way he ended it though. He said, go back home. He want to go back home. He definitely want to go back home.
Stay committed and be patient. Whitney Houston, exhale, that's what I've been waiting. Yeah, you get it, like it don't take no rocket scientist. I could tell you bugging and wigging psychiatrist. Without my ladies, I ain't hold, she my better half. Our story ain't complete. Like I lost a lot of good years, it's hurt me. But like the Goodyear tire, I'm like warranty. Go back home. Go back.
All right, thank you, Mr. J.
Yes, sir. God bless you.
All right, we'll go ahead and conclude.
Go back home. Go back.
Yo, that PO's look was diabolical. You see how he looked? That PO look at him. He looked at him like this is the most dangerous man. That PO looked at him like the devil is alive. I'm about to let him back in society. And scared the mess out of me. He totally looked at him like, oh my goodness, I'll have night terrors about this dude. Facts. But he knew. He just said, thank you. God bless you. He know he ain't going home. Now, I don't know if this brother negative. I hate to, bear false witness. That's the only, it's hard to really ascertain because some of them be really good brothers. They just have mental issues or something wrong. They're not completely stable. And so if they get triggered the wrong way, they can be really destructive. And some of them are just gentle, But,
Go back. Go back.
All right, thank you, Mr. J.
Yes, sir. God bless you.
All right, we'll go ahead and conclude.
See, he was respectful. He said, yes, sir. God bless you.
Go back home. Go back home. Go back home. Go back home.
All right, thank you, Mr. J.
Yes, sir. God bless you.
Now, the person who made this video, I like the way he put the thing, go back home. The person who made this video put these clips in there, go back home with the beat, go back home. He was T. Diggs, and his parole was denied. Yeah, they kept looping it. You think his parole was denied? I like the way they did the Crow Back Home. They looped the thing. Hold on, let me go back a little bit. Oh, not playback.
All right, we'll go ahead and conclude. All right, thank you. Conclude.
It don't take no rocket scientist. I could tell you bugging and wigging psychiatrist. Without my ladies, I ain't whole. She my better half. Our story ain't complete. Like I lost a lot of good years, it's hurt me. But like the good year tire, I'm like, won't you go back home? Go back.
All right, thank you, Mr. Jacobs.
Yes, sir. God bless you.
All right, we'll go ahead and conclude.
Go back home. Go back home. Go back home. Go back home.
All right, thank you, Mr. Jacobs.
Yes, sir. God bless you.
All right, we'll go ahead and conclude. All right, we'll go ahead and conclude. All right, we'll go ahead and conclude.
His parole was denied. His rehearing is scheduled for July 2026. I don't know. They don't say what he did. I just had this clip. And yes, that parole officer looked wicked to me, too. All right? Remember the odds. He might not be, I don't know, but he definitely, I got wicked energy from him, too. But his parole was denied. He got another chance in July 2026. If it was me and I was in the jail, I would tell him, do not rap. Do not rap, bro. I will be helping him work. Unless I can tell in the prison that he really ain't ready to go home, then I would be telling him, go rap. I'll be honest with you. I would not, I would know living with him in prison, I would know he is not ready to go home. I would be like, yeah, say your rap. He'd be like, yo, Unc, I'm gonna go rap to him. I'm like, go ahead, man, say your rap. Let him hear your rap. Because you are not ready to go home. Whole facts. You are, okay? He said, go back home. and then again, I know he's singing so soft, and then the dude kept, I love that they looped it to the beat, go back home.
Conclude. All right, we'll go ahead and conclude.
That was the clip.
Good morning.
All right. So that was fun. I knew the end part would be fun. All right. Let me stop share. Let me come to y'all. Well, what we do? 3 hours? I didn't know we would do 3. I thought we was going to do at least 2. So I didn't know honestly, I didn't know the last clip would have took an hour. I thought, because it was so quick, it's only 5 minutes. I didn't know I was going to break down the whole rap. I knew we was going to laugh at it, but I didn't know what we did. But that made it fun. So, yeah, he is on one-man studio. But y'all said he almost whispered. He did. He said, go back home. That makes it kind of sad in a way, right? Because he said, go back home. I just want to go back home. While he's getting up and leaving, he know he ain't going home. He know doggone well they hitting him at the board. That made it almost sad. Go back home. I'm like, he need a hug too, don't he? He need a hug too. It's just you gotta watch him though. He like, here, let me give you. I gotta watch you. You can get a hug though, because you want to go back home. He like his girl though. Shout out to his girl holding him down. Yeah, denied. Boom. Of course, he gonna get denied again if he go in there next time. Somebody you want to rap. You want to hear my rap? I want you to hear my rap song. All right. May the Most High cover and bless you all. Hopefully you all enjoyed yourself tonight with this live. We got a lot more to come, so this will help me. And in the times I don't feel like telling the story, we could discern some of these stories. You know what I mean? We can break some of this stuff down. It's pretty funny. You know what I mean? It's a lot in this. It's a lot. It's some good stuff that I already got a bunch of. I could have showed a couple of stuff. Like, so we on deck. We lined up. I got some stuff on deck. Some shocking stuff. I got some stuff for us to decipher and enjoy. And then I'll be telling stories as well as doing other things as well. All right. May the Most High cover and bless you all. Thank you, House of Yah, for joining me tonight. I'll see the ministry tomorrow on our Zoom and everybody else worldwide. Another one down. Uncle Yahshua, 25 to Life Testimony TV. Another one down. Y'all know the motto of this channel. Keep it functional. And remember, love the Most High, y'all. We out. Y'all have a great night. I love y'all.
This is 25 to Life with Uncle Yashua. You wanna know why they call me Lucky Lucha? They call me Lucha cause I like to tuck that Tucci. All the time on the grind, getting that Duce. This is a little story on 25 to Life with Uncle Yashua. Like and subscribe for more incredible stories every week.
Police are on the scene of a triple homicide on Long Island. It happened overnight at a home in Hempstead.
I'm from Hempstead, Parkside, the ghetto, the dog side, strong, the wrong, they think I'm supposed to burn.